If you're ready now, the starting lineups tonight brought to you by Grange Insurance. To find a Grange agent, go to grangeinsurance.com. For the Astros, rookie Jason Bourgeois will lead off and play center field. Batting second at second base, Jeff Keppinger. Hitting third, right fielder Hunter Pence. The cleanup batter is left fielder Carlos Lee. Hitting number 5 at third base, rookie Chris Johnson. Batting sixth and playing first base, Brett Wallace, as the Reds take the field. At shortstop, batting 7, Angel Sanchez. Batting 8th and catching, Jason Castro. And pitching and batting 9th, left-hander Wandy Rodriguez. For the Reds, Drew Stubbs will lead off and play center field. Orlando Cabrera will be the shortstop and number 2 batter. Joey Votto at first base bats third, hitting fourth. And at third base, Scott Rowland. Batting number 5, Johnny Gomes in left field. Hitting sixth and playing second base, Brandon Phillips. Jay Bruce will be in right field, batting 7. The 8th batter is catcher Ramon Hernandez in pitching, and batting 9th, right-hander Edinson Volquez. As the Reds broke out of the first base dugout, most folks here in the ballpark gave them a standing ovation as they took the field for what they hope will be in game number 157 tonight, the game that brings the magic number down to 0. Jim Kelch, I guess if you had to struggle like they did on the road trip, the only salvation is they're going to clinch this thing at home.
And Dusty said as much in your pregame interview, Marty, that it would have been nice to get it done earlier. But, hey, you're going to get hopefully 30,000 or more people here tonight to enjoy this. It's been a long time, 15 years since they've been able to celebrate a division title. So let's hope they can get it done in their first opportunity here at home.
And from an effective standpoint, against a particular ball club, you couldn't pick a better guy to pitch against his Houston club and trying to wrap it up than Edinson Volquez.
No, he's been unbelievable. His 4 starts career-wise against them, none this year, but 2-08, 2-09, an ERA of under 1. They have a heady opponent against them, but let's hope that Edinson Volquez is ready to roll tonight.
Well, we're set to go. Our first pitch brought to you by Belterra Casino Resort and Spa. It's a month-long party as Belterra celebrates its 10-year anniversary in October. Visit BelterraCasino.com for more information. Jason Bourgeois will lead things off. Right-handed batter with speed. 8th straight start for this rookie. He has started every game that they played on this road trip. And he stands in with a .234 batting average, a right-hand batter to begin things for the Houston club. Volquez kicks and deals. The pitch is taken for a strike on the inside corner, and this game is underway. 64-degree game-time temperature, so fall is in the air without any doubt. Here's the 0-1 delivery, and that pitch drops in for strike 2 call. Volquez 4-3, making his 12th start, has pitched awfully well of late, and he simply will solidify a postseason playoff start with a good outing against the Astros tonight. He delivers, and the changeup is swung out and missed. 3 pitches, see you later. And Bourgeois back to the dugout to be replaced by the veteran second baseman Jeff Keppinger.
Boy, you can already tell the excitement in the air from the fans into things at every pitch already. Only it's one batter in, but it's not your normal Tuesday night game.
No, it is not. No question about that. Here's Keppinger, 291, 5 bombs, 58 RBIs. Many on this Houston club will tell you this man right here, this former Red, has been the most valuable player on this ball club. He has had just an outstanding season. And now the first pitch is taken under the knees of the ball. If you're driving around listening to our broadcast on your car or truck radio, please buckle up your seatbelt and make sure everyone else in your vehicle does the same. This message brought to you by the Ohio Department of Public Safety. What's holding you back? Swinging at a very high pop-up over by the third base dugout. Rowland chasing, and it's out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Defensively for the Reds, Joey Votto at first, Brandon Phillips at second, Scott Rowland at third with Orlando Cabrera at shortstop. The outfield left to right of Johnny Gomes and Drew Stubbs and Jay Bruce. Ramon Hernandez behind the plate. It's a 1-1 count on Keppinger with Hunter Pence due up next. Volquez indeed, as Jim said, 4-0 with a 0.98 earned run average in his career against Houston. The pitch is swung on and lined to left. Johnny Gomes there, 2 out. The Reds and Kroger are offering fans a great value at the ballpark. Check concession stands throughout the park for the Kroger meal deal. It includes a full-size hot dog, a 16-ounce Coke, a bag of Mike Sells chips, and during this homestand, David sunflower seeds, all for just $7. Ask the Kroger for the Kroger meal deal during your next trip to Great American Ballpark. So Keppinger hits it on the screws, but ends up lining out to Gomes, and now here's the hot hitting, especially in the second half of the year, Hunter Pence. The pitch to him, and it's up and away a ball. Batting .286, 25 homers, a career high of 91 RBIs, bettering his previous high by 8. And the Astros still have 6 games counting tonight remaining. That pitch a swing and a miss. Dan Isagna, our plate umpire. Scott Berry first, Jerry Meals second. And the crew chief, the very veteran Tim McClellan, over at third. Volquez going for the 1-2-3 first. Bourgeois strikes out. Keppinger lines to left. And Pence hits one on the bounce to Votto. Cradles it into his midsection. Underhand safe at first. Hunter Pence can pick him up and lay him down. And Volquez got off the mound. He did what he was supposed to do. It was simply a matter of Pence with that great speed boiling itself down into a one-on-one foot race, and he beat him to the bag. So that's an infield single that will extend the inning for the left fielder, Carlos Lee.
Hunt has had a hip flexor situation this year. In fact, he missed one game earlier on the road trip because of that same exact thing, sprinting down the line, trying to beat out a ground ball.
Well, he sure didn't favor it that time. He beat that baby by a step or less than that over at first base, and now here's Lee. Has been very good in the second half of the year. The stretch by Volquez, the long hold, and onto the plate, and it's down and away. Batting .246 with 23 home runs and 87 RBIs. Since the 28th of July, 39 runs batted in. Had a couple of home runs against the Reds when they made that stop, the first of the three-city road trip that was completed Sunday afternoon in San Diego. That pitch is down for a ball. Tonight, tomorrow night, Thursday night against Houston. And then Friday night will represent the last regular season night game the Reds will play, because Saturday and Sunday will be afternoon games against Milwaukee. 2 down in the inning. Pence a threat to run, leading at first base. Volquez behind in the count. And here's a pop-up behind the plate and back in the seats. 2-1 on Carlos Lee, with Chris Johnson, the very impressive rookie third baseman, waiting to hit next. Reds, of course, lost 2 out of the 3 games played down in Houston on that first stop. Still, they are 8-4 this season and have won 20 out of the last 28 games between these two ball clubs over the last 2 years. Throw on to first base. Phillies officially wrapping up the Eastern Division with a win last night. The West may well go down to the result Sunday and maybe even go into an extra day with the way that race is playing itself out between now the Padres and the Giants. There's a call strike, and Lee did not like the call by Dan Isagna, the plate umpire. And everything, of course, except for the Eastern Division, finalized in the American League. The Rangers, the champions of the Central Division, or the Western Division, and Minnesota, the champions in the Central. A count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pause, the turn, the throw over, and once again, Pence scampers back into the bag. I think it's a foregone conclusion over the American League. Nobody wants to open against Minnesota.
You're exactly right. They're going to have to play a first-round series. They'd rather take their chances with Texas.
Just like nobody wants to open against Philadelphia in this league.
Correct.
Always one club nobody wants to play, even though they're thrilled to death to be there. 2-2 pitch. Line foul. And Lee will hang around with a count, holding it 2-2.
Well, they open up that new ballpark up there in Minnesota. Not only do they get the advantage of having the new stadium, but now a team that wins the division goes into the postseason. That's been quite a year up there.
Well, you know, nobody in the American League wants to play him in round 1. The Reds would be thrilled to play him sometime later on.
They get in the World Series with that outside stadium up there. It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be real cool. I think everybody in this organization would love to experience it.
Sure.
Here's a pitch again, and he sends a fly ball into center field. Routine. Stubbs waiting. They are gone without anything. The Reds are coming to bat on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
All right, guys, gather around. There's a girl out there right now. She wants to meet you. She doesn't know it yet. I want you to go out. I want you to hand her an ice-cold Budweiser. I mean frosted ice-cold. Hurt your hand cold. Because what if she's not just some girl, guys? What if she's the girl? Hand her that crisp, cold Budweiser because the spark you feel could get you through 2 mornings, maybe longer. Great times await.
Please drink responsibly. Budweiser Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
No one would argue that we're living in seriously uncertain financial times, which makes you wonder, why take a chance on anything but the absolute best financial services company you can find? At Western & Southern, we've become one of the 10 strongest life insurance groups in the world by bringing serious financial security to our customers for over 120 years. Western & Southern, we take your financial security seriously, very seriously. Visit WSLife.com to find out more.
JTM Food Group Chef Rob LaFon talks about identity.
People don't realize we make over 600 products. We provide menu solutions from small towns to big cities across the country. We feed hundreds of thousands of people every day. JTM is proudly serving the finest food service operations in the industry, restaurants, schools, and the military. Whether it's here in the States or overseas, we just produce better results.
JTM Food Group. Inspired solutions, better results.
The sweet taste of victory is about to get even sweeter and a little savory because Belterra Casino Resort and Spa is bringing you the hottest casino games, the best golf at the Tom Fazio Design Championship course, and the finest and delicious dining at Jeff Ruby Steakhouse. Plus, it's only 45 minutes from Cincinnati. Just take I-71 to exit 55 and get ready for the Victory Fest to begin. Visit BelterraCasino.com for more information. Belterra, easy to love, hard to leave.
Visit the official online shop of the Reds at Reds.com. Browse the largest selection of authentic team gear, including official caps, T-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and so much more. Get your gear straight from the source. Shop the Reds.com shop. Wandy Rodriguez, 11 wins, 12 losses, making his 32nd start and has been very good throughout his career against the Reds team. He delivers a knee-high pitch for a strike to Drew Stubbs to kick off inning number 1 for the Reds team. Rodriguez, 7-7 lifetime against Cincinnati, including a win and a loss in 3 starts this season. And the loss that the Reds inflicted upon him, he was awful in that game, but has been good in the other 2, and that's the rule rather than the exception when this man faces Cincinnati.
Well, he was not very good the first 2.5 months of the year against anyone.
That's true.
And it's been just the opposite since then.
2-1 the count on the .251 batting Stubbs, 21 home runs as he takes it down for a ball. Reds will have Cabrera and Votto also due up here in the first inning after the Astros went down with only a 2-out single by Hunter Pence. At a high fly ball. I mean way up in the air and way deep in the field level seats down the left side. So a 3-2 count. The inner defense for manager Brad Mills. Brett Wallace at first, Jeff Keppinger at second, Angel Sanchez at shortstop, and Chris Johnson at third base. Here's a 3-2, and he walked him. Good at bat to begin things for Stubbs. Carlos Lee in left field with Jason Bourgeois in center and right Hunter Pence. The catcher is Jason Castro, and here is Orlando Cabrera following the inning opening walk to Drew Stubbs.
He left that game on Sunday. You didn't think anyway he'd play 2 days later, did you?
Nope. No question about that. And I check with him every day. How you feeling? I don't know that he tells you the complete truth, but he says, I'm all right. He's a very, very engaging young man. And a guy who really has been a major influence of a positive nature for this ball club. First pitch in for a call strike.
I'm sure this is not the kind of game that he wants to watch from the bench either.
No, neither is the guy in right field tonight. Jay Bruce is 1 for 17 lifetime against Wandy Rodriguez, and he went to Dusty Baker and asked to play tonight. He wanted to be in the lineup, and in the lineup he is. And the runner goes, and the pitch is taken, and the throw down, not a chance. Stubbs off to the races, and it nets him stolen base number 27.
Well, not only did he get a good jump, he was able to run on an off-speed pitch, and they had zero chance to get Drew.
Absolutely right. Boy, that's a base stealer's dream, that it's a change-up or a slow curve or something of that ilk if you're running. And that's exactly what Rodriguez chose to throw to Cabrera on the pitch that Stubbs elected to run on. So now a hit means a run, and the count's 2-0 on Cabrera, a .262 batter. Rodriguez a long look in, too long to suit Orlando, who steps away from the plate. And another long look by the Houston lefty, who now straightens up, kicks and deals, and he shows butt and takes a breaking ball down, and the count is 3 balls and no strikes. Joey Votto waiting in the on-deck circle. Reds trying to win their 88th game of the season tonight. And again, keep in mind, as Cabrera now visits face-to-face with third base coach Mark Berry, that is Dusty Baker talked about, trying to get the second-best winning record in this league by the end of play on Sunday. That would hopefully net them the number 2 seed among the 4 teams in the postseason for the National League. Here's a 3-0 delivery, and that's taken for ball 4. So time has been called by catcher Castro, who goes to the mound to talk with Rodriguez. And the batter will be Joey Votto, 2 on and nobody out.
Well, walks have not been a major issue for Rodriguez this year, although the last time the Reds saw him, he did walk 6 in 6 innings. Now here he is walking the first 2 in this game.
Well, early in his major league career, this was a common occurrence. He had all sorts of problems. Having good command of the strike zone, and over the last year or 2, it's been much, much better, and the results have been radically different. But you're right. He struggled like the Dickens in that start you were talking about, and here he is having walked Stubbs and having followed that up with a base on balls to Orlando Cabrera. So now it's left-hander versus left-handed batting Votto, and the pitch is taken, breaking ball 1. Boy, it's a tough situation for any pitcher to be in. You've already walked 2 batters, and now you got to face this guy, and you can't try and pitch around him or hoping he'll chase something out of the strike zone. You got to come after him. Here's a pitch, and that one is hit hard to second. Keppinger underhands to the shortstop Sanchez, and on to first, and that is a double play. So Votto bangs into his 11th double play of the year, and if the Reds are going to score now, it's going to be up to Scott Rowland with 2 out. Rowland has really had a tough time of it of late. 1 for his last 11, 7 for his last 33. A batting average of .288, 20 home runs, and 83 runs batted in. And Rodriguez now with a chance to get out of the first inning unscathed after walking the first 2. He works, and Rowland takes on the inner edge of the plate for a strike. Stubbs, the lone base runner now. He takes his lead at third base. Rodriguez a long look down to Castro. Now he sets in the pitch. And that's popped up out of play, 0-2. Of course, in playing the Astros, you're playing a club that has just been lights out in the so-called second half of the season. Were they 42-33 in their last 75 games or something close to that? And if the season were broken up in halves, they would be 1 game better than Cincinnati. Check swing, and he checked it in time.
They're 9 over since June 1st. 9 over since the All-Star break after just a dismal start to the year. What, they lost their first 8 games under new manager Brad Mills.
1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 down in the inning. Johnny Gomes would be the man to bat behind Rowland if Scott gets on to extend the inning. And now Rowland backs away from the plate. Yeah, this ball club very optimistic as they play the string out as far as next year is concerned. And as Jeff and I talked about down in Houston, the irony of it is they trade Roy Oswalt and they go great guns.
Right.
It's really amazing.
And Berkman.
Yep. That pitch is down a ball. And, of course, Oswald has gone great guns for the Phillies, and that's an understatement.
Well, he has made the comment that he really needed that new energy, that new situation, and it's really paid off for him.
The Philadelphia Big Three of Halladay and Oswald and Hamels. Charlie Manuel says, I know who will start game number 1, but I ain't telling anybody yet. Here's the pitch. That's a breaking ball inside, and the count is full.
Well, they have the advantage because they ended up with the best record. They can choose and have apparently chosen that first day, Wednesday, so they're going to be able to use just 3 starters in that first round.
Yeah, they get 2 off days. They would play Wednesday, off Thursday, play Friday, off Saturday, and then play Sunday and Monday, and an off day Tuesday, and then Wednesday the last game. Ground ball down the line, fielded by Johnson. Long throw, and it kicks by Brett Wallace. Scoring is Stubbs. Throw down to second, safe. Chris Johnson would have been better served hanging on to the baseball. But he opted to make a long throw that handcuffed on a bounce first baseman Brett Wallace with a run scoring to give the Reds a 1-0 lead.
Well, he just didn't get enough on that throw, but even had the throw been there, Rolen hustling down the line would have probably beaten that out. I would have, imagine he's going to get a hit and an RBI, and indeed he will.
That's exactly right. An infield single, an RBI, and charge a throwing error on Chris Johnson, enabling Rolen to advance to second. Yeah, this crowd into it big time tonight.
Sure are.
Here now is Gomes. And a ball inside. So the Phillies will open on Wednesday. And assuming the Reds and the Phillies don't play in the division series, that means the Reds would open on Thursday. If they play the Phillies, obviously they would open on Wednesday. 1 ball and no strikes on Gomes, and the breaking ball stays in again, ball 2.
They've been hashing and rehashing what they're going to do in terms of starting pitchers. Who are the top 4 of the 5? They may have to make a decision who are the top 3 of the 5.
Talking about the Reds?
Right.
2 balls and no strikes. A count on Johnny Gomes. And this one slapped to third. Routine play for Johnson this time, and the throw is in time to end the inning. The Reds get a run, and heading to the second, it's 1-0 on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
I'm Doug Bessler.
I'm Doug Bessler.
Hold on now. I'm the real Doug Bessler, and if you want the real deal, head to Bessler's Trackside Auto Depot on Park Avenue in Batesville. At Bessler's, we have real low prices on really nice cars, and I really want to earn your business. Stop in and see Chris or myself to get the real deal at the real dealership. You'll really be glad you did. Make tracks to Bessler's Trackside Auto Depot next to Liberty Park in Batesville.
All this hot weather, have you been out to the electric meter, watching it spin your money away? No better time than now to call Heert & Elko and ask them to do a heating and cooling system check on your home. With federal tax credits and utility company rebates, checking on replacing your old system really makes sense. Heert & Elko on West Pearl Street in Batesville. Heating, cooling, plumbing, electrical, parts and service, no job too big or too small. Wow! Look at that meter go.
Load up the car and take all your clan to this close-to-home family vacation at Bear Creek Farms. Bear Creek Farms has on-site lodging, theater concerts with headline entertainers, swimming and playground for the kids, shopping for mom, and museums for dad. There's a, thank you very much, Elvis Museum, the Tin Lizzie Ford Museum, and the Bryant, Indiana Volunteer Fire Department Museum.
Well, the Reds have jumped out 1-0 on an infield 2-out single by Scott Rowland, and now Edinson Volquez will go to work on Johnson and Wallace and Sanchez, and we'll go to work on our good friend, and we hope yours, from the Cincinnati Enquirer, none other than the inimitable, the iconic John Fay. John, how are you?
I'm very good. Pretty neat atmosphere tonight, huh?
Yes, it is. This crowd is, what's the word, electric?
Yes.
Yeah, they're pumped up. Here's a swing and a line drive in the left center field. Young Mr. Johnson has the ball picked up by Johnny Gomes. A good defensive play to hold Johnson to a long single to begin the second. He got over to the alley, picked it up on the hop, and got the ball back in the air toward second base, causing Johnson to throw the brakes on. And now we'll take a look at first baseman Brett Wallace. John, what's going on?
I think they would really like to get it done tonight. I think everyone's tired of waiting to clinch, and I don't think they're feeling any kind of pressure. But it'd be nice to get it done and then figure out things from here.
Here's a pitch to Wallace. He hits it sharply off the glove of a diving Orlando Cabrera, and that's back-to-back base hits to begin the second inning. First by Johnson and now by Wallace. So the Astros down a run, feel like they have an answer here in the second against Volquez, and the batter will be the shortstop and 7-batter Angel Sanchez. It's kind of interesting. I posed this scenario to about 4 different guys on this club, and I said, let's suppose, unfortunately, you guys lose tonight. And now the Cardinals are playing an hour behind the Reds, and they put it up on the big screen, and they've invited fans to stick around if that happens. Every player I've talked to said, I'm going home.
I would not be surprised. No. I think, last night when they had a chance to clinch, the players didn't do anything. I think this is the best scenario, that you win it on the field.
Exactly.
And celebrate and everything. I don't think they won it on the field in 90 or 95, so this would be a first time in a long time.
I remember 90 because they won it during a rain delay when San Diego got beat in the game that they were playing at, Great American Ballpark. Here's a bunt to the pitcher. He throws to third. He gets an out. He throws to first and doesn't get the double play. But Volquez had his mind made up when he approached the bunt on a bounce. He threw a strike to Scott Rowland to get the force out on Chris Johnson. So 1 away in the inning, and now the left-handed batting catcher Jason Castro steps in. You note any difference in the mood of the club when you were down there this afternoon?
Not really. Obviously there are a lot more media around and guys were talking about it, but I think that they would really like to get it done tonight, and it's been kind of a foregone conclusion for a while, but you don't have it until the Cardinals are eliminated.
That's correct. Here's Castro now batting .205, 2 homers, 7 runs batted in. First and second, 1 away in the inning, and he fouls the pitch straight back. You know what I think? Let me tell you what I think.
You usually do.
I think that if you are a member of the media who have not been down here all year long and you apply for media credentials for the postseason, you don't get them.
I think Rob Butcher might agree with you on that.
Here's a strike 1 pitch, and he fouls it off 0-2. I mean, why should you now? I know you're not going to take up my crusade here.
Well, there's really nobody around that hasn't been here all year. I mean, there's some national guys, but basically everybody's here every once in a while.
Every once in a while. That's very loosely put. 2 strikes and nothing on Castro. Short of a double play, Volquez would love to get a punch out right here. He kicks and he throws, and that one is fouled off again, straight back. And the count stays at 0-2. I talked to Dusty today about Lance Nix, and he seemed to be very pessimistic.
Yeah, I think I talked to Lance Sunday, and he's hoping to be able to get out here and play in a game or two. And I think if he doesn't, he's not going to be on the roster.
Yep.
So he knows he has to do that, but I don't think he's completely confident that he can at this point.
Strike 2-0 as pesky Castro fouls him off pitch after pitch, and this one no exception. He reaches for a changeup and fouls it back onto the netting behind the plate. I asked Dusty, I said, you figure on getting him in once or twice this week? He said, I don't know. And that's not a good answer.
Yeah, and it's a key thing now because I don't think Jim Edmonds is going to be ready.
Right.
And they don't have anybody on the bench to come in and hit a home run. I think Juan Francisco is probably going to make it if Nix can't.
Yeah. Runners leading at first and second, 1 away here in the second. The Reds have a 1-0 lead. And the pitch, and that's taken high for a ball.
But neither he nor, talking about Francisco or Alonso, have done anything as a pinch hitter really this year.
Yeah.
Now they're going to be severely strapped from the left side of the plate. They're going to be anyway. I mean, they're going to have Nix. I don't think Edmonds has any chance at all, at least in round number 1 of being available.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah. And, I mean, with all due respect, and these 2 kids may one day be fine big league ball players, but to put that kind of burden on them, they've got to be a key hitter coming off the bench in the postseason. That's a little tough.
Yeah.
Stretching the pitch. And it's a soft line drive into left field. That's a base hit. They're waving the run around. Here comes the throw by Gomes. Now play at the plate, and it's a 1-1 ball game. Jason Castro, the third hit in the second inning for Houston, a soft line drive to left. It drives in Wallace. Sanchez advances to third, and the Astros don't take long in tying this game up at 1-1. You think Dusty has an idea as to who his top three pitchers are going to be once they clinch this thing and go into the postseason?
I think he probably has an idea right now, but I think the guy on the mound tonight can pitch his way into that equation. And Homer Bailey really looked good Sunday.
He sure did. Castro with the RBI hit, and the batter now will be Wandy Rodriguez. A key base hit for Castro after they'd gotten a big force play at third for the first out of the inning on the bunt by Sanchez. And now Rodriguez, who has had 12 hits on the year, including 2 doubles. He's knocked in 3 runs, and Scott Rowland expecting that the Houston pitcher is going to try and advance Castro with a bunt. Stretched by Volquez, a runner down the line from third. He squares to bunt and does. Out toward third. And the throw on to Brandon Phillips as the run scores. Safety squeeze, and the run comes home to give the Astros a 2-1 lead. Perfectly placed bunt by Rodriguez, forcing Rowland to field the ball. And as Rowland closed distance between himself and the plate, that's all the runner at third base, Sanchez, did was kept on coming. And when he picked the ball up and had only one place to go, and that was at first base, Sanchez scores to give Houston a 1-run lead. And now Jason Bourgeois stands in with 2 out, and the runner Castro at second. Ground ball up the middle will be cut off by Phillips, throwing on to first base, and the inning is over in a not-so-hot second for Edinson Volquez. John?
Thank you, Marty.
See you Thursday.
All right,
All right, pal. That's John Fay from the Cincinnati Enquirer. We're in the middle of inning number 2. The Astros lead the Reds 2-1.
As a computer, I am not ashamed to admit that I stink at reading radio commercials. Humans are better at it. Same goes for insurance. Sure, you can use me to buy it online, but I have no feelings, no empathy, and I will never really understand you. That's why with Safeco Insurance, you deal with a real live person. Your agent works with you and will explain your options, so you get the right coverage at the right price. Safeco Insurance. Member of Liberty Mutual Group.
For expert advice on choosing the right auto and home coverages for you, contact the Schubert Shear Insurance Agency at 513-661-4439.
When you're driving to and from the game or at any time, you may occasionally see Duke Energy crews at work on electric or gas lines on or close to the highway. When you do, please reduce your speed and be aware of your surroundings. These men and women work tirelessly to keep your home supplied with power, and at the end of the day, we want them to arrive home safely, too. Accidents due to distracted driving have occurred in the past, and we're asking everyone to be alert on the road. A sincere thank you from your partners at Duke Energy.
When did it become okay to make products designed to be used once and then thrown away? When did everybody come to accept the idea that 1,000 disposable products were just as good as a single one built to last? When did quantity replace quality? At Jeep, we believe that every new Grand Cherokee that rolls off our line should last. And so we made it that way. From the hand-stitched leather on the steering wheel to the 5,400 welds in the body, every part of this car has been designed, engineered, and built to last. There are people that will think we've done more than we needed to. Some might be okay with a vehicle that's just okay. Some people might not have known if we hadn't done everything we did, but we would have known. Right now, we're building the new Jeep Grand Cherokee, and we're building it to last. That's what we believe at Jeep. The things we make us. Jeep is a registered trademark of Chrysler Group, LLC.
Saturday, October 2nd, that's this Saturday. Join the Reds for Hispanic Heritage Day here at the park. Get here early before the Reds and the Brewers hook up to enjoy salsa dancing in the fan zone. Plus, check out the parade of flags on the field before the game. For information and tickets, call 513-765-7600 or go to reds.com/Hispanic Heritage. Here's Brandon Phillips. Here's Wandy Rodriguez, and Phillips takes a strike. 2-1. Houston, the Reds scored in the first, and the Astros come back with 3 hits and 2 runs in the top of the second inning. Brandon checking on a pitch shot. Ball hit him. Plate umpire Dan Iasagna said he got hit. It was a breaking ball. So one that didn't cause any pain at all. And Phillips is aboard. And there's a tie and run if the Reds can get him around. As you, Jim Kelch, now stand in the spotlight for the Cincinnati Bell trivia question of the game.
I have been called on the carpet, by the way, before this even begins, earlier today by my trivia mentor, one Jeff Brantley.
You mean the bully in the schoolyard?
Yes, he told me to make sure I keep track of the answers because it really threw the system off the last time I didn't do so.
Oh, sure. It's never his fault that he can't answer a question. Never his fault. Text your answer of A, B, or C to 66128 for your chance to win a pair of Reds tickets. As Jay Bruce fouls it back, a $25 Skyline Chili gift card and a free haircut from Great Clips, brought to you by Cincinnati Bell's 3G network. Talk, text, and surf on the fastest network around. This season may well mark only the second time that the Reds have won a division title or a pennant, with the Cardinals finishing in second place behind them. When was the only other time that this occurred? 1995, 1961, or 1939?
I think I know the answer to this.
You do?
I think I do. And I'm going to go off the board and away from the system.
All right, that's good. I love that.
Yeah.
What are you going to say?
I'm going to say 1961.
1961.
Which is...
That would be B.
Yeah.
That would be B. Okay.
1961.
All right. That's
B.
very good. I know B, like in boy.
As in boy.
Yes.
As in oh boy, I think I got it right.
Okay. Of course, you were a big Cardinal fan, so you would know about such things. 0-2 the count on Jay Bruce, and that pitch just off the plate.
You're stretching things.
No, I'm not. No, you were a Cubs fan.
I was a Cubs fan.
Right. And your dad still is.
And still is, but I was a Jack Buck fan.
That's correct.
So that's why I listened to the Cardinals.
I got you.
But not at 2 years old or 3.
Yeah. 1-2, Bruce waits, and there goes Phillips, and the pitch is swung on and missed. That's a strikeout, and out at second base. A strikeout, throw out. The throw goes Castro to the shortstop Sanchez, and they're 2 down in the inning. Be careful what you ask for, Jay Bruce. You want to play, and you're now 1 for 18 lifetime against Wandy Rodriguez.
And he looked bad on that last swing.
So 2 out in the inning, just like that, bringing to the plate the catcher, Ramon Hernandez.
Boy, you mentioned it earlier, Marty. You just don't want Rodriguez to get into a groove, because if he does, you're not going to be able to touch him.
No, he is really a young man who the last couple of years has flown under the radar when people talk about good left-handers in this league. And he's come a long, long way, and a young man who, when this season ends, can be very, very prideful of the kind of year he ends up having. First pitch, a call strike in to Hernandez. Astros with a 2-1 lead. We're in the bottom of the second. The Cardinals and the Pirates will be getting underway in about 25 minutes out in St. Louis. There's strike 2 call. Pitching matchup of young Brian Burris for the Pirates and the veteran Jeff Suppan for the St. Louis Cardinals. Hernandez back in the box, down a couple of strikes with Volquez waiting on deck. Swing and a miss, and the inning is over. We are through 2. Jim Kelch will be Mike's side when we get to the third inning, and it's a 2-1 ball game. Houston on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
Guten Tag, meine Damen und Herren. The Sherman House is the German House on the second Wednesday von every month. Ja, there is a big German buffet at the Sherman House. Mit Sauerbraten, Beef Rouladen, Pork Schnitzel, sausage und Kraut, and of course all the trimmings like salad bar, red cabbage, green beans, whipped potatoes, and a mini dessert. The buffet even includes a soft drink, iced tea, or a coffee mit dem meal. Come to the German buffet at the Sherman House. The second Wednesday von der month. Guten Appetit.
I love this season.
What season is that, Chris?
The reading season. And the bookshelf ladies are here to help.
That's right. We're keeping the bargain boxes full and the grab bags ready to go.
We even have a bargain box filled with kids' books, 10 cents to $1.
And there are new books coming in every day by your favorite authors.
Danielle Steele, Harlan Coben, and Lee Child.
Robert Parker, P.C. Cast, Charlene Harris.
Laurel K. Hamilton, Glenn Beck, and Janet Ivanovich.
Dave Barry, Jay Ward, Nora Roberts.
Come in and talk to us. We'll put you in touch with your favorite author.
That's The Bookshelf, 101 North Walnut Street in Batesville.
You never know when Mother Nature is going to throw a curveball. When that happens, you need to be prepared. Bischoff Plumbing Services is committed to doing just that. They can install the most up-to-date, efficient backup system that will ensure a dry basement, house, barn, or any building that needs to stay dry. Bischoff Plumbing will also repair a damaged drain or any plumbing problem you might have. Call Bischoff Plumbing Services at 934-2...
Game here at Great American Ballpark, the first of this 3-game series and the first of this 6-game final homestand of 2010 moves into the top of the third. 2-1 Astros. They will have their number 2 hitter, the former Red, Jeff Keppinger, in there to lead things off. Lined out on a ball hit hard to left his first time. And he takes a breaking ball strike from Volquez to get this AB started here in the top of number 3. Astros spotted the Reds are running the first, pick up 2 in the second. Here's the 0-1. Low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Keppinger. He comes into this game as the hardest player in the National League to strike out, fanning basically 1 every 15 times up. Always been a good contact hitter when he was here with the Reds. Well, this year with the Astros, and last year when he was traded away right before the season began. Lifts 1 foul, first base side, into the second deck, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Hunter Pence to follow, then Carlos Lee. 2, 3, 4 in Brad Mills' lineup. The first-year Astros skipper. 1-2 to Keppinger, check swing. Hernandez wanted an appeal. Dan Isogna said no, and the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Houston has played well against the Central Division this year, with the exception of games against this Reds team. There's a tip foul by Keppinger. The Reds have the best record within the division against one another. Reds against Central Division foes come into today's game at 45-28. Astros 43-29. Their tough team has been the Reds. Of course, the Reds' tough team has been the Cardinals. Bouncing ball foul past third base. Dave Clark, the third base coach of the Astros, picks that ball up, flips it into the crowd. Bobby Meacham is at the other base over at first for this Houston ball club. Two pitch, low and outside, and now a full count. Houston will not get to the 500 mark all year. They're 74-82 now. Starting the day a half game ahead of Milwaukee for third place. The Reds, the Cardinals, and then this Houston club. 3-2 pitch is low and outside for ball 4. First walk by Volquez. Leadoff man on, second straight inning for the Astros. The batter will be Hunter Pence. Pence an infield hit in the first, extending his hitting streak now to 5 games. 91 RBIs for Pence on the year. 25 home runs, 4 of those against Reds pitching. Right-handed hitter. Pitch on the way. Good breaking ball. Drops in for a strike. Strike 1. Career high runs batted in for Hunter Pence this year. And if he can get 1 more home run, that would equal his career best at 25. He's fooled on that pitch, a swing and a miss. And he's in the hole, no balls, and 2 strikes. Outfield straight away. Leadoff walk to Keppinger on a 3-2 pitch. Has him perched down at first, held by Joey Votto. Reds gunning for victory number 88 here tonight. Pitch on the way. Pence fooled again, and that's a strike. He went around, says the home plate umpire. Back-to-back sharp breaking balls had Pence on the defensive. He's a strikeout victim. Second of the night by Volquez, and that's out number 1. Here is Carlos Lee. Catch all the action of the 2010 Major League Baseball postseason on Fox and TBS. The excitement begins October the 6th with the Division Series on TBS. Double play ball now would get the Reds through this third. The pitch, a swing and a miss. That one clocked at 96. Carlos Lee very late on that for strike 1. Lee has hit into an Astros leading 20 double plays this season. Short lead at first by Keppinger. Volquez delivers. Bouncer foul past third by Lee. Up into the stands it goes. No balls, 2 strikes. And we approach the final days of the month of September, the 6th full month of the season. Reds, for the first time this season, will have an under 500 month, 5 straight months in which they'd finished above 500, but going into this game, 10-14 in the month of September. 0-2. Hard hit ball on a changeup. Out in front of it, Lee yanked it foul past third. The count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Chris Johnson waits on deck. Two-one Astros here in the top of the third. Volquez long set, now the pitch. Fastball outside. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Former White Sox player Lee digs in. Volquez ready again. And the 1-2. Breaking ball in the dirt, blocked by Hernandez. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, it was 1995. We've talked about a lot when the Reds were the division champs of the Central. Their last playoff appearance. That was the first year of 3 division play. There was no championship in 94, of course. And then the 95 season started late due to that strike, which began in the late part of the 94 season. Here's the pitch. Low and away, ball 3. And so from 0-2, the count now goes to 3-2 to Carlos Lee. So the Reds were the first NL Central champion back in 95. Looking to get another one here in 2010. Leadoff walk to Keppinger, strikeout of Pence. And there goes the runner at 3-2, and a swing and a belt toward center by Lee. Back goes Stubbs near the wall. He will jump up, and he got it. He got that ball. He brought it back into the play, made the catch, fires it back in, but Keppinger hustles back to first base. What a play by Stubbs in center. He measured it perfectly, leaped up, and took a home run ball away from Carlos Lee.
Jim, even Drew Stubbs wanted to see it again. He was looking at the board. He took a home run away from Carlos Lee.
Well, we've seen Bruce do it in right, and there we see Stubbs did it. He just did it perfectly out there in center. Got as far back as he could, leaped up, brought back what would have been number 24.
And the impressive thing about that catch is that that's a ball he's had the most trouble with this year. A ball hit directly over his head, and it got on him in a hurry, and he made an amazing play.
He's just been such improvement we've seen his game this year, offensively and defensively. Another example of it right there. So Lee really cold-cocked that ball, but Stubbs saves the day on that one, and here's Chris Johnson. He takes ball one. Johnson has done one heck of a job replacing Pedro Feliz down at third base. He's now with the Cardinals. Johnson starts this game at .317. 11 homers, 51 runs batted in, and just another of the group of very impressive rookies in the National League in 2010. He's at a ball and a strike. Volquez plateward. Johnson fouls it. That one was in on him. And he's in the hole. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Leadoff walk, then a strikeout, then the catch in center by Stubbs, taking the home run ball away from Lee, and now Volquez looks to deal with Chris Johnson, send him back to the dugout, put a 0 on the board here in the top of the third. The 1-2, swing and a miss, got him, and the inning is over. Leadoff walk, and then nothing after that. We go to the bottom of the third, 2-1 Astros on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
Okay, now that I have you all to myself for a second, can I tempt you with some delicious United Dairy Farmers homemade brand ice cream? It's cherry cordial, creamy, delicious amaretto-flavored ice cream, full of sweet red maraschino cherries and rich dark chocolate chips. There's nothing else like it, except another helping.
United Dairy Farmers homemade brand ice cream. Nothing tastes better than homemade.
Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack knocked over a candlestick onto the shag carpeting, and his pants ignited into flames, causing him to stop, drop, and roll. Luckily, Jack recently had Geico help him with renter's insurance, because all his belongings went up in flames. Jack got full replacement and now has new pants he ordered from Banana Republic. Visit Geico.com and see how affordable renter's insurance can be.
Okay, so every truck out there is trying to spin, bend, and slice the stats their way. They're claiming the best this, the highest that, the most of something else, blah, 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 yeah, whatever. Look, here's the most important stat of all. For the 33rd straight year, more people put their hard-earned money on a Ford F-Series pickup than any other truck. Ford F-150, Ford Super Duty, the best-selling truck for 33 years.
Seg here for R&L Carriers. R&L Carriers delivers a complete shipping solution of LTL, domestic, international, truckload, and expedited services. Visit them online at GoRLC.com and learn how they can deliver all your shipping needs. R&L Carriers, shipping anything, anywhere, anytime.
Before Edinson Volquez leads things off here in the Reds third, let's pause for identification on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
Hi, everybody. I'm Tom Brennaman. The Cincinnati Reds play right here on Country 103.9 WRBI, Batesville, Greensburg, Brookville, Versailles.
Along with Marty Brennaman, Jim Kelch at Great American Ballpark on this Tuesday night. Edinson Volquez leads things off, and he's quickly down 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the third. Astros in front, 2-1. This is the night with the magic number sitting at 1, that if the Reds can win, the Central Division of the National League is theirs for 2010. There's a breaking ball, and strike 3 called. So Volquez is out. That's 3 straight strikeouts for Wandy Rodriguez. And he gets the leadoff man here in the bottom of the third. Stubbs gets a great hand as he comes to the plate. After the catch he made on the ball against Lee in the top of this inning, the replay showed that he caught that ball in the palm of the glove and it darn near rolled out the bottom part of the leather. But he hung on. So here's Stubbs, who walked to start the Reds first. And he takes a strike, strike 1. Next one from Rodriguez. Just off the plate of ball. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Stubbs' on-base percentage is much better than his average. Started the day at .313. You'd like to see it higher, but he has walked now 52 times this year. Here's a swing and a miss and an off-speed breaking ball. And now Drew is in the hole, 1-2. Trying to avoid becoming the 4th straight strikeout for this 31-year-old Dominican, Wandy Rodriguez. One-two pitch. Ball low, 2-2. Wandy Rodriguez in his last 17 starts dating back to the 24th of June, a 2.06 ERA. A terrible first half, a great second half. Stubbs swings and misses. He strikes out. 4 straight Ks by Rodriguez, and there are 2 men gone. Hey, Reds fans, if a Reds player hits the Toyota Tundra sign in right center field during tonight's game, John Harmon of Cincinnati will win the Tundra on display here at Great American Ballpark. Register for your chance to win at an upcoming game by seeing one of your Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky Toyota dealers. 2 batters, 2 strikeouts here in the third. Here's Cabrera, and the first pitch misses for ball 1. Mentioned that last start that Rodriguez made against the Reds when he walked 6. He also struck out 10 in that game. The 4th time that he had done that this year. 1-1 delivery. Off the glove of the catcher Castro, and back to the screen it goes. 2 balls and 1 strike. Game 2 of this series tomorrow night. Starts at 7:10. Johnny Cueto against Nelson Figueroa. There's a strike called. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wrap up Thursday night at 7:10. Bronson Arroyo against the very impressive Brett Myers. Here's the pitch, and a chopper slowly hit toward third. Charged by Johnson, scooped it, and lost the handle on the ball. It popped up into the air, and Cabrera is on, and that's the tying run aboard with 2 men out. We'll wait and see what they give, because they had a good chance of possibly beating that out. He tried to transfer glove to hand, and ball popped out of his glove. Chris Johnson down there at third. The batter will be Joey Votto. He was in a good position in the first, 2 on, nobody out after the walks to Stubbs and Cabrera, and he did hit the ball hard, unfortunately just to the right of Keppinger at second base, who turned it into a 4-6-3 double play. That ball has been ruled an error on Chris Johnson, marking his 2nd error of this game already. Houston club that's been a decent defensive team, middle of the National League. 2 errors, both by Chris Johnson. So Cabrera on as the tying run via the E, not the base hit. Johnson now has a team leading 17 errors. So while his offense has been impressive, his defense in half a season, they'll figure needs a little bit more work. 17 errors.
I'll tell you what, he was played like a Gold Glove third baseman when the Reds were in Houston.
Yeah.
He was outstanding.
Lefty-lefty matchup as Votto takes a strike at the knees. Strike 1. Votto has done a very good job against Rodriguez lifetime. 9 out of 27, a .333 hitter coming into this game. And he's hit lefties very well this year. He takes a slow breaking ball that drops in for a strike. Now he's in the hole, 0-2. Volquez and Stubbs out on strikes. Cabrera reaches on an error. Votto in the hole, 0-2. Rodriguez stares at first, delivers. Votto swings and pops it foul out of play, third base side. Wallace holds the runner at first. Toss over there by Wandy Rodriguez, the runner back. Now again to first by Rodriguez. Just a soft toss both times. Reds sitting at 87 wins with 6 games to go. If they can split those 6, they'll end up with 90 victories. 90 wins for the first time since that 1999 team won 96. The pitch. Votto launches one down the right field line, had some hook on it, and it's a foul ball. It was off speed. He got around in front of it, yanked it a long way, got the fans on their feet. But a long foul ball, 0-2. That team, of course, did not make the playoffs. They played that extra game, lost to the Mets, although they won 96 games under Jack McKeon that year. Won 85 the following year. Haven't been above 500 since then until today, till this year. Here's a swing and a miss by Votto. He strikes out. Number 5 for Rodriguez ends the home third. Through 3. 2-1 Astros on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
Geist Electronics Appliances and Bedding Truckload Sale was awesome. The sale was so big, manufacturers have cleared the extension of the truckload sale. The price is so low on TVs, appliances, and Serta mattresses. Yes, the truck is gone, but the prices remain. Don't miss your chance to save and save big at Geist Electronics Appliances and Bedding in downtown Batesville as the truckload sale has been extended. Lowest prices anywhere, and you get good hometown service during and after the sale.
I am the voice of a child.
I am the voice of a child.
I am the voice of a child.
We are the voices of neglected and abused children. Hi, I'm Pamela Moon, Program Coordinator for Southeastern Indiana Voices for Children. We are looking for compassionate, caring volunteers to be a voice for a child. If you love children and have time to help ensure they have a safe and permanent home, we need you. Visit our website at seivoices.com or call 812-599-1448. Each child needs a voice. Each child deserves a voice.
Will you be our voice?
The Sports Voice, Country 103.9 WRBI, invites you to listen Monday nights from 6 to 7 for the top local sports show in southeastern Indiana. Coach's Corner with Hall of Famer Ron Raver, live at Ison's Family Pizza in Batesville. Ron will interview our area coaches and athletes, as well as keeping you informed on what's going on with our local sports scene. Come out and say hi to Ron and his guest at Ison's Family Pizza. And be sure to listen to Coach's Corner on Country 103.9 WRBI.
Hi, this is Tom Brennaman. You've got the winning team, the Cincinnati Reds, and Country 103.9 WRBI.
Here come the Astros now in inning number 4, leading this game 2-1. They've out hit the Reds 4-1. The only Reds hit was that infield single in inning number 1 by Scott Rowland that produced their only run. The job now for Edinson Volquez, keep things status quo, and he gets it started with Brett Wallace. But a base hit his first time, softly hit into left. Swings here and misses at a 1-0, and he's at 1 ball and 1 strike. Wallace, then Angel Sanchez, the shortstop, then Jason Castro, the catcher. 6, 7, 8 in the Astros lineup. The pitch, right in there, a strike called. Wallace in the hole, 1-2. Ready to work the pitch. Ball outside. Even Sings, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Left-handed hitter waits the pitch, and a tip foul. He was fooled on the off-speed pitch. Out in front of that one. Just caught a piece of it. Stays alive at 2-2. His base hit in the second gives him a modest hitting streak of 3 games. Did not play yesterday in their loss at Pittsburgh. The pitch, way outside, and a full count. Astros find themselves in the back end of a long 10-game road trip. They lost 3 of 4 at Washington, lost 2 of 3 at Pittsburgh, and now here they'll go home, close out things beginning Friday against the Cubs. Here's a swing and a miss, and down goes Wallace on strikes. So back-to-back strikeouts by Edinson Volquez gives him his 4th and brings Sanchez to the plate. He bunted the ball in an attempt to move the runners along back in the second. Volquez fielded and threw to third to get the force out. He later then scored on the safety squeeze by Wandy Rodriguez. There's a foul ball out of play. Strike 1. He's become their everyday shortstop now. Took over for Tommy Manzella. Manzella wasn't hitting much, although Sanchez is not. Here's the pitch, a strike call, though he's hit better than Manzella. Now he's in the hole, no balls, 2 strikes. Castro waiting next. 0-2 on the way. Tip foul. In a row, 6 of the last 7 retired by Volquez. Astros leading 2-1 here in the 4th. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses just high. That one clocked at 96. Wallace struck out. Sanchez up there now. He waits. Volquez delivers, and a soft liner over the head of the shortstop and into left field. Fooled on an off-speed pitch. Sanchez was able to get the head of the bat on that ball and float it over the head of Cabrera for hit number 5 for the Astros. He's on with 1 out. The batter will be the catcher, Jason Castro. Reading about Castro today on the Astros website. He's a Stanford collegian, and he's roughly 4 classes shy of a degree in sociology. He's going to go back, take a couple of classes this off season, couple of them next off season, and get his degree from Stanford. Left-handed hitter had an RBI single into left his first time. Here's the pitch. Misses high and outside. Ball 1. Astros 2, Reds 1, inning 4, top half. On a night in which the Reds can post a victory, they claim the National League Central Division Championship. Right-hander ready. And he delivers. Check swing, strike. Well, he really has these Astros hitters fooled on his off-speed stuff. They have gotten a couple of hits against it, but they're way out in front of his off-speed deliveries, and that's exactly what happened there with Castro, who's now at 1 ball and 1 strike. Sanchez leads away at first, held by Votto. Here's the 1-1, way inside. 2 balls and a strike. Cardinal game now just underway. At home against the Pittsburgh Pirates. They avoided elimination last night where they come from behind. 6-4 win over that Pittsburgh ball club. Pittsburgh's played pretty well against them this year. There goes the runner. The pitch, a swing and a miss. Here's the throw, the sweep tag, and out at second base. Castro took it from Hernandez. Gunned down was Sanchez. It almost looked like he was expecting something else to occur because he was looking back at home plate. Castro did swing and miss. Sanchez is out in his first stolen base attempt of the season. It goes 2-6. Out number 2. Back to the windup for Volquez with a count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rocks and fires. Broken bat, 1 hopper to second. Phillips has it, throws, out, inning over. Here come the Reds in the bottom of the 4th. Score, Houston 2, Reds 1 on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
All right, boys, listen up. Come on, listen up. Boys, tonight could be the greatest night of your lives.
Could be.
Maybe tonight you own that dance floor. Maybe tonight you sneak backstage. Maybe tonight the sexiest girl at the bar walks up to you holding a pair of Budweisers. Ice cold Budweisers. It's hope, boys. It's what gets you out that door and onto the field of life. It's believing that if you put yourself out there, great things will happen. So snap on some minty fresh boxers, pluck those nose hairs, crack open a crisp, cold Budweiser, and go have the greatest night of your life. Great times are waiting back some us!
Please drink responsibly. Budweiser Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
If you're a business owner looking for office space in the Cincinnati area, contact the Murphy Abernathy Office Group at Cassidy Turley Commercial Real Estate. Don Murphy and Scott Abernathy consistently provide expert market data and advice during your search. Experience the Murphy Abernathy team at CincyOfficeSolutions.com.
Dinsmore & Scholl is proud to be the official law firm of the Cincinnati Reds. Our 450 attorneys are focused on counseling companies and individuals to achieve their business objectives and protect their futures. We take your success personally. Find out how at dinslaw.com.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Cincinnati Reds and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cincinnati Reds.
Reds get their 4th crack at Wandy Rodriguez on this Tuesday night, trailing 2-1. He allowed a run in the first when he walked Stubbs and Cabrera at the top of the first inning, and Stubbs came around to score after stealing second and scoring on an infield hit by Scott Rowland. But since that time, after Phillips was hit by a pitch to start the second, he was caught stealing as part of a strikeout, throw-out double play. Hernandez fanned, and then a 4-batter third, extended only by a throwing error by Chris Johnson, the Astros' third baseman. So here's Rowland. Came into this game 1 for his last 11 and did have that infield RBI single in the first. First one to him outside for a ball. Ball 1. He'll be followed by Gomes, then Phillips. Here's a swing and a high fly ball into right center. Playable as drifting over is Jason Bourgeois. He makes the catch for out number 1.
In St. Louis, the Pirates have scored 3 times in the first inning off Jeff Suppan, 2 of them on a Garrett Jones home run.
Well, that is good news, but let's hope that all that in St. Louis becomes a moot point, but the Reds can get a victory here tonight.
You know what that means?
You know what I mean, Marty?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay. Here's Johnny Gomes.
I referred back to what Dusty Baker said last week.
Which was?
We don't care how we get in.
That's right. Gomes takes a strike. 1 man out in the 4th. Johnny brings a career-best 11-game hitting streak into tonight's contest. His average up to 266. Swings and misses, and he's in the hole. No balls and 2 strikes. Had a very nice road trip. 10 hits, 31 at-bats. Including a 3-run homer against this guy, Wandy Rodriguez, down in Houston. There's a ball high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brandon Phillips waits next. Seats have continued to fill up. There's a very nice crowd here tonight. Here's the 1-2. Ball inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. All ready to celebrate for the first time in 15 years, a division championship. That's what's at stake here tonight. And the 2-2. High and outside. Ball 3. Leadoff man has been retired. Gomes trying to get something started here in the home fourth. Pitch on the way, and he tips it foul. Big games going on out west tonight regarding the National League. The Cubs, who won yesterday at San Diego 1-0, take on the Padres tonight at 10:05. 10 minutes after that at 10:15 Eastern Time, the Diamondbacks and the San Francisco Giants. Giants start the day 1 game ahead of San Diego in the West. Gomes with a swing and a miss. Down he goes on strikes. The Braves currently lead that Padres team by a half game in the National League wild card. So that's 6 strikeouts now for Rodriguez. Batter Brandon Phillips. Just a reminder, this is your last chance to slipper size your UDF malt or shake for free this year. Upsize your hand-dip UDF malt or shake to the next biggest size at no additional cost. Don't miss the last chance this year to enjoy the coldest, thickest malts and shakes in town. Slipper sized for your enjoyment. Dairy Fresh, Dairy Fun, United Dairy Farmers. Phillips lays off ball 1 outside. Two-1 Houston, bottom of the 4th. Red scored first. Houston gets 2 in the top of the 2nd. Nothing since then. Here's the 1-0. Ball low. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch on the way. Taken low. Ball 3. Now it's 3-0. Making start number 32 tonight, Wandy Rodriguez, if things go according to plan, equal his career best with start number 33, the final day of the season. He walks Phillips for ball 4, his 3rd walk of this game and his first since the first inning. And again, tying run on with 2 men out for Jay Bruce. He's had luck all bad against Rodriguez in his career. Marty mentioned earlier, came into this game 1 for 17 with 10 strikeouts against Wandy. Now 1 for 18 with 11 strikeouts. Look for something good to hit from Wandy here with a runner on and 2 men out. The pitch. Check swing. Appeal. Strike. Says Tim McClellan, the crew chief, down at 3rd. Bruce hitting a respectable .260 with 9 home runs against left-handers. None of those against this guy. Throw to first, and Phillips gets back. Rolling fly to center. Gomes fanned. Phillips drew a 4-pitch walk. He leads over there at first, held by Brett Wallace. Bruce trying to solve the deliveries of Wandy Rodriguez. Again, the left-hander lobs one over to first base. Ramon Hernandez waits on deck. Now to Bruce. Breaking ball low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Dusty Baker off his usual perch, which is the chair in the front row of the dugout. Walking around a bit down there. The pitch. Ball outside. And Bruce ahead, 2 balls and 1 strike. Trying to come up with what would be just the second Reds hit of the night if he can get it. Represents the go-ahead run in the bottom of the 4th. The 2-1. Strike. He started to go, held up, took a strike at the knees. Crowd hems and haws about it, but it's even now at 2 balls, 2 strikes to Bruce. Did not play Sunday with tightness in his right side. Back in there tonight against the left-hander Rodriguez. And the 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He struck out for the second straight time against Wandy Rodriguez and for the 12th time in 19 career at-bats. This game will proceed to inning number 5 with the return of Marty Brennaman at the play-by-play microphone. Through 4, 2-1 Houston on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
Attention ladies, on Thursday, October 14th, join Margaret Mary Community Hospital for our 4th annual Think Pink Breast Cancer Awareness Event, complete with appetizers, pampering, and an inspiring keynote presentation by breast cancer survivor Rachel Logston. This is the perfect way to treat yourself to an evening of laughter and learning. The event begins at 6:30 p.m. at the Batesville Knights of Columbus Hall. Cost is $20. To learn more, call 933-5257.
Get free cellular activation with ETC. Sign up for a new two-year contract with ETC Cellular before September 30th and take advantage of some serious benefits. You'll get free activation, a $35 savings, plus talk free on weekends and nights after 7 p.m. Ask about our unlimited text and picture messaging or how to bundle your cellular services with cable and internet for one low monthly bill and even more savings. Shop local, shop ETC. Call 866-ETC for you or stop into your local hometown office today to get connected.
Firestone, the leader in the field. Looking for hard-working, rugged, dependable bias farm tires? Your Firestone Farm Tire dealer offers a complete line of front, rear, forestry, flotation, and implement tires. Keep rolling all year long with hard-working, performance-tested bias farm tires from Firestone. Firestone, the leader in the field.
Stop in or contact the Brookville Firestone store on Main Street in Brookville, your Firestone dealer.
Hi, this is Marty Brennaman. You got the winning team, the Cincinnati Reds, the Country 103.9 WRBI. We pause for identification on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network. Hi, everybody. This is Marty Brennaman. Catch the Cincinnati Reds on Country 103.9 WRBI, Batesville, Greensburg, Brookville, Versailles. We're in the top of the 5th inning, and it's a 2-1 ball game. Houston in front. Wandy Rodriguez will be the leadoff batter here in the top of the 5th. He got down a safety squeeze and picked up an RBI in the process in the 2nd inning. And that is a margin of difference at the moment. First pitch is up and away from Volquez, who has really not seemed to be on top of his game tonight. Although he's had 1 inning only in which he has faltered, and that was in the 2nd when he gave up the 3 hits that produced a couple of runs.
No, not like he was in that game at Milwaukee.
No. 1 ball and 1 strike. The rock in the pitch. And a swing and a miss.
Marty, we almost had an incident right there at the start of this inning. Jason Bourgeois walked to the plate thinking he was leading things off. And he was told by Wandy Rodriguez, who came to the plate, hey, I'm up first.
That would be big. Here's a pitch. And it's just down for a ball. You can tell that there are pennant races still going on. Kind of interesting. Jair Jurgens, who's had nothing but knee problems this month of September, has missed starts. They had hoped he would make his next one this week. He has been scratched again. There's a foul ball. And both Tim Hudson and Derek Lowe have gone to manager Bobby Cox and said, we'll come back and pitch on short rest. Hudson is pitching tonight, and it'll be Derek Lowe against the Florida Marlins tomorrow night.
Nice story about Bobby Cox in USA Today's sports page today.
Here's the 2-2 pitch, and it's ball 3. He really has not had command tonight. He has battled his control. To his credit, he's walked only one, but there have been more than one occasion when he's gotten ahead of a hitter and has really not been able to put him away. And now he's about to commit the unpardonable sin unless he can get this guy out. And he does, as he helps the Reds cause by chasing what would have been ball 4. And Rodriguez is a strikeout, and that's number 5 for Edinson Volquez. So 1 away in the inning, and now we go back up top for Jason Bourgeois. He has struck out. He's grounded out to Brandon Phillips in his 2 previous at-bats. And the pitch to him is up and in for a ball. They are both in a bit on the corners. Joey Votto a step on the grass, and Scott Rowland a step off of it at third base. Volquez back to the plate. And this one is tapped foul at third. 1 ball and 1 strike. Vans Western and Southern Financial Group wants to strike out cancer. Each time a Reds pitcher strikes out a batter, Western and Southern will make a donation to the Barrett Cancer Center. Because when it comes to fighting cancer, we're all in this one together. They are in the bottom of the first inning. 3-0. The Pirates are batting, but here come the Cardinals. A single with 2 out by Albert Pujols. A following walk to Matt Holliday. Here's a pitch. And that one's a ball just a bit low. 2-1. Alan Craig now batting for the Cardinals. 2 balls and 1 strike. On deck, Jeff Keppinger. The pitch. And a fly ball to center. Backing up to make the play and doing it, Drew Stubbs, and they're 2 away. Keppinger's line to left. He's had a base on balls. Tomorrow night, Johnny Cueto gets the ball in game number 2 against Nelson Figueroa. Arroyo versus Myers on Thursday, and then it'll be Wood, Bailey, and Volquez in the final 3 games, Friday, Saturday, Sunday against Milwaukee. I asked Dusty Baker, I said, let's assume for the sake of argument you clinch this thing tonight. Does that alter in any way your pitching and how long you will run them out there from tomorrow through Sunday? And he kind of wavered a little bit on how to approach the question as far as an answer is concerned. Here's the 0-1 to Keppinger, and that's down a ball. I said, well, okay, how about this? You got your rotation. You got Volquez pitching tonight. Sunday would be the 5th day. He would pitch the last game of the season, and he said, well, not necessarily. I said, well, okay, then there would be changes. In Cueto's case tomorrow night, he said it'll be 10 days before he possibly pitches, even after tomorrow night. So he said, I'm not going to baby these guys when I know that it may be a long time between trips to the mound once they finish what would be their last start in the regular year and what would be their first start in the postseason.
And particularly in Volquez's situation, because if he does pitch on that last day, Sunday, he could pitch 5 or 6 days later. He would be the first guy that would really it would really affect.
Yep. 1-2 the count, but as far as the regular players are concerned, he said, I'm not going to give too many of them any particular degree of rest or away from the lineup, because he said, still, we're trying to get the second best record in the league and be seeded second going into the postseason. The 1-2 to Keppinger, and he lines a base hit up the middle. This young man can hit. So that's 6 of them now for the Astros off of Volquez, and it brings up Hunter Pence. He has had an infield single. He's also struck out. Pence settling in, trying to extend a modest 4-game hitting streak. And he's a 2-out batter. Volquez about to throw his 82nd pitch of the night. And it's a strike. Well, they're through 1 inning of baseball, and it's 3-0 the Pirates over the Cardinals at Busch Stadium. Keppinger normally not a threat to run. He's had 4 steals in 5 attempts this season, so he picks his spots. Pence taking, and the count 1-1 on the Houston right fielder. We mentioned Brad Mills earlier tonight, a rookie manager in the major leagues, a longtime bench coach at Terry Francona with the Boston Red Sox, former infielder in his Major League Baseball playing days. We remember him when he was with the Montreal Expos, foul ball back. And, you know, you root for certain good guys, and he's one of them. I got to know him through Francona, who's a dear friend of mine, and it's nice that this club is going to finish the season strong. You hope the Reds beat them 3 in a row, but the way this club has turned things around, it's been very, very gratifying, I'm sure, for the fans down in Houston, and certainly a plus mark in the book of one Brad Mills. 1-2 the count on Hunter Pence. The pause the pitch. Ground ball pulled to third. Good hop for Rowland. Throw it on to Phillips for the force. And at the end of 4.5, it's 2-1 Astros on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
Computers are useful things. I should know. I am one. But I have limitations, especially if you use me to buy insurance online. As a computer, I can't really understand what you need. That's why with Safeco Insurance, you deal with a real live person. Your agent works with you and will explain your options, so you get the right coverage at the right price. And when they laugh at your jokes, it won't sound like this. Ha ha, ha ha. Safeco Insurance, member of Liberty Mutual Group.
For expert advice on choosing the right auto and home coverages for you, contact the Schubert Shear Insurance Agency at 513-661-4439.
When did it become okay to make products designed to be used once and then thrown away? When did everybody come to accept the idea that 1,000 disposable products were just as good as a single one built to last? When did quantity replace quality? At Jeep, we believe that every new Grand Cherokee that rolls off our line should last, and so we made it that way. From the hand-stitched leather on the steering wheel to the 5,400 welds in the body, every part of this car has been designed, engineered, and built to last. There are people that will think we've done more than we needed to. Some might be okay with a vehicle that's just okay. Some people might not have known if we hadn't done everything we did, but we would have known. Right now, we're building the new Jeep Grand Cherokee, and we're building it to last. That's what we believe at Jeep. The things we make us. Jeep is a registered trademark of Chrysler Group, LLC.
JTM Food Group chef Rob LaFon talks about passion.
I love cooking because it gives me an opportunity to share my passion with other people. And what a great way to live your life than to share that passion and to enjoy great food. We have over 300 people at JTM that share my passion for food. With the solutions that we provide for our customers, quite simply, we get better results.
JTM Food Group. Inspired solutions, better results.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 5th. The Reds have been checked on all of one hit, an infield single that drove a run in by Scott Rowland back in the first inning. Reds will have Hernandez, Volquez, Stubbs, 8, 9, and 1. Hernandez a strikeout swinging in the second. 7 of them. Wandy Rodriguez is recorded through the first 4. He delivers, and it's in the air. Shallow right field. Going out, Wallace. Coming on, the right fielder, Pence. And Pence is under to make the play. 1 pitch, 1 out. Here's Volquez, who struck out on the second as we check scores of other games, brought to you by Montgomery Inn. Join the Montgomery Inn crowd in Montgomery, the Boathouse, Fort Mitchell, and in Dublin. National League action. The Atlanta Braves playing the Florida Marlins, and with Tim Hudson on the mound through 4 innings, it's Florida 1 and Atlanta nothing. Breaking ball strike from one pitcher to the other. They're in the bottom of the 6th inning in New York. The Mets trailing the visiting Milwaukee Brewers 2-0. Pittsburgh 3 and the Cardinals nothing at the end of an inning. The Dodgers getting ready to bat in Colorado. It'll be the Cubs at San Diego. Chicago shut them out 1-0 last night. And Arizona and the Giants will hook up in San Francisco. 1 ball and 1 strike. Volquez taking, and that's a strike. In the American League tonight, the Yankees have a 3-1 lead at the end of 6 innings in Toronto, while the Tampa Bay Rays are blanking the Baltimore Orioles 5-0 in the 6th inning. There's a strikeout swinging. And with 2 down as the beat rolls on for Wandy Rodriguez, the batter will be Drew Stubbs. Seattle 1, Texas 0 through 2. Boston with a run in the 2nd. Red Sox are still batting and leading the White Sox in Chicago 1-0. Kansas City with a 3-0 lead over Central Division champion Minnesota at the end of 1. The A's and the Angels will be playing in Anaheim, and the Tigers and the Indians were postponed in Cleveland. Here is Stubbs. He has scored the Reds' run after leading off the first with a walk, steals second, went to third, and ended up scoring on the infield single behind the third base bag by Scott Rowland. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 balls and no strikes. And he rips it. No, it's caught by the third baseman, Chris Johnson. He takes away what may well have been extra bases from Drew Stubbs with a fine play going to his right, and the inning is over. We head to the 6th inning, 2-1. Houston over the Reds on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
Don't tell me the oven's not heating again.
Hold your ears, Mommy. Daddy's gonna say some bad words when he finds out.
We'll see about that. I'll call Garings and have them check it out.
If it's broken, Garings can bring us a brand new one. See if Daddy even notices.
I'd love to have a Whirlpool smooth top range. So easy to clean.
Gee, Mommy, you saved the day, and you won't have to hold your ears.
Stop at Garings for all your appliance needs. 316 North Main, Batesville.
Forget the hype and high pressure. The people you know in the car business, Whitewater Motor Company, just want to help you find a car you like and a deal that fits your budget. It can't get more simple than that. Head to Milan on Highway 350 and check out the selection of clean used vehicles. Then talk to one of the salespeople and work out the no-hassle deal. You'll feel good about the whole process when you go to Whitewater Motor Company, people you know in the car business.
Decorating your home can be exciting when you let the experts at Pulsecamps Flooring Plus in Batesville help you. For wood, ceramic, and carpet, paint, and wallpaper, Pulsecamps makes your ideas come alive, helping you select the patterns and colors to complement your home for years to come. For beautiful rooms and endless possibilities, see the great selection of flooring, paint, and wallpaper at Pulsecamps.
With Jim Kelch, Marty Brennaman back at Great American Ballpark, a one being played close to the vest tonight. The Astros with a 2-1 lead, and Carlos Lee in and waiting on Volquez as we move to inning number 6, and he gets it over on the inside corner, strike 1 call. Lee has flied to center routinely and then launched a drive that would have been a home run, but for Stubbs going above the wall to steal one away from big Carlos Lee back in the 3rd inning, and that was an especially big play because it came with a man on base. It could very well be a 4-1 ball game right now if Stubbs doesn't make the play on that ball. 0-2 the count after a big swing by Lee, and the next one on the way, and that one's strike 3 swinging. 3 pitches, see you later. That is 6 of them now for Edinson Volquez, and he'll go to work on Chris Johnson.
Marty, you have a few minutes to spare me?
Well, we don't. Hopefully it's not that long.
Play the last, Marty?
Yes.
You can ask the Hall of Famer to give his thoughts on any subject, baseball or non-baseball, presented by CBTS. Today's question from Jason in Terre Haute, Indiana. He says, Marty, at the Reds Fest 2008, he was fortunate enough to eliminate the Cowboy from the RCF Celebrity Poker Tournament.
Swing and a miss by Johnson.
If you were engaged heads up with a Cowboy, what kind of strategy would you employ, and would you emerge victorious?
Well, I got a couple of questions first.
For Jason? Okay.
Well, no, for you, really.
Oh, for me? Okay.
Swing and a miss. Is he talking about Jason LaRue?
The Cowboy?
Because Jason LaRue is a Cowboy.
Uh-huh.
Now, he's a Cowboy.
Uh-huh.
Is that who he's talking about?
2008? No, he would have already been gone. I don't know if you know this or not. You may not.
Foul ball. That would be what?
The fellow that you share the booth with most nights?
Yes.
Jeff Brantley?
Yeah.
His nickname is the Cowboy.
I call him Jeff Brantley.
I know you do.
I have a problem with somebody who refers to himself in the third person. So he's Jeff Brantley. Seg doesn't, see. Seg, he calls himself the Seg man.
He does?
Yeah, that's a little weak. Now, the question was what?
If you were engaged heads up with the Cowboy,
Yes.
Jeff Brantley, what kind of strategy would you employ, and would you emerge victorious in the celebrity poker tournament?
Here's the 0-2 pitch, and that's a ball. Well, see, what's his name?
Jason.
Jason operates on the assumption that I play poker.
Right.
I don't even know how to play poker.
You and me both. I don't know how to
So
play either.
he has the wrong person, that question. The answer, Jason, is I wouldn't be sitting there because I don't know how to play the game. Strike out swinging. And Volquez rolling right now. He's punched out 7 and will face Brett Wallace with 2 away.
If you'd like to hear some of the best of Ask Marty, go to reds.com/radio. Thanks to the people at CBTS, a Cincinnati Bell company, technology solutions for business.
You sure you're not talking about Jason LaRue?
I was talking about Gene Autry.
You know what? What was his horse's name?
Rex?
Rex.
I don't know.
You got to be kidding me. Ground ball foul at first base. Just foul.
Silver?
Rex. Silver? That's a Lone Ranger.
Oh, okay.
What was Roy Rogers' horse's name?
Roy Rogers, Dale Evans, and his horse...
Trigger.
Trigger, yeah. He was, yeah. Was he a Palomino?
Bingo.
Okay. Yeah. But
Let's get back to the original.
Gene's horse? I don't know. What?
Champion?
Champion. I don't know. Is that right? I wouldn't know if you told me.
No, that's right. How about Buck Jones?
What about Buck?
Here's the pitch. And it's down and in for a ball that counts 1 ball and
He
1
wasn't
strike.
at the poker tournament.
Buck Jones? See, Seg, you thought because that's an expression that I use, which we can't use on the air, that there was no such thing. Buck Jones was a legitimate cowboy. And Dave Martin's the only guy in this booth that remembers Buck Jones. Hopalong Cat. What was his horse's name?
Well, that was Silent Movies. I don't know if they even
Hopalong
said.
Cassidy wasn't Silent Movies.
He wasn't?
No.
I don't know. What was his horse's name?
You know what his name was, David? Topper.
Topper? You must have been a real cowboy movie fanatic back in the day.
I was. 1 ball and 2 strikes, a pitch. Just off the plate, a ball. Huh? Tonto's horse.
Zorro's horse.
They just called Tonto's horse.
Horse.
Scout. Here's a ground ball that will be into right field by a diving Brandon Phillips. He tried to get to it, but Wallace hit it just hard enough that it got out of the infield and was picked up out and right by Jay Bruce. That's his second hit tonight by Brett Wallace, who came into this game batting a paltry .215.
You know what they called Hoss's horse on Bonanza?
What?
Tired. Because he
always had. See, you ruin it when you have to explain what you mean. Now, you know what? That's a shame.
That big old boy on his horse all the time.
If you'd have just quit, that horse had to wear a back brace.
You know it. You only could do 1 episode. You had to get a new horse.
2-out single by Wallace. Pitch in for a call strike to Angel Sanchez. 2 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for Houston. 1 run, 1 hit, and no errors for Cincinnati. This month of September has been a very bad month offensively for this Reds club. They had the kind of game that they had in San Diego on Sunday afternoon. You thought, here we go. And now they come back home tonight, and they have been checked through 5 innings on only 1 infield single. One ball and 1 strike on the shortstop, Sanchez. Wallace taking a very short lead over at first. The pitch is taken for a strike. Matt Pagnozzi has homered in the bottom of the second, and at the end of 2, Pirates lead the Cardinals 3-1. So 2 balls have left the yard. Number 21 for Garrett Jones for Pittsburgh, and number 1 for Tom Pagnozzi's son, Matt. The 1-2 pitch. In the dirt and all the way back to the screen. Runner goes to second, and he's in there. Advancing on an Edinson Volquez wild pitch. So this at-bat becomes a bit more important for young Mr. Sanchez. As a result of a wild pitch, it moves Wallace into scoring position. Already over 100 pitches. About to throw his 103rd of the night. This has been the kind of night that it has been for Edinson Volquez. The pitch. And there's strike three call, and Sanchez throws on the breaking ball. He has nobody to be mad about. He throws his bat. He throws his batting helmet. He took a pitch. It was a lead pipe strike. We go to the bottom of the sixth. 2-1 Houston over the Reds.
Okay, now that I have you all to myself for a second, can I tempt you with some delicious United Dairy Farmers homemade brand ice cream? It's cherry cordial, creamy, delicious amaretto-flavored ice cream, full of sweet red maraschino cherries and rich dark chocolate chips. There's nothing else like it, except another helping.
United Dairy Farmers homemade brand ice cream. Nothing tastes better than homemade.
Okay, listen up. You want to know what it takes to have a big Built Ford Tough event? Well, you got to have these bad boys. Ford F-Series, America's #1 selling trucks, 33 years running. Get them rigged right and they haul more, tow more, and do more than other trucks. And now you save more with low financing and big cash back. Talk about your payload. Big, strong, hard-working. Whatever you need to get the job done, you can count on a Built Ford Tough truck. Hurry to the Built Ford Tough event before these bad boys are gone.
Everybody and their brother, sisters, and second cousins are saying they can save you money on car insurance. Well, who listens to brothers, sisters, and second cousins? Geico's been saving people money on car insurance for over 70 years. That's longer than most companies have been around. That's probably longer than you've been around. Believe me, when it comes to saving you money, this isn't Geico's first time to the rodeo.
For a free rate quote, visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. 15 minutes could save you hundreds on car insurance.
Duke Energy is always coming up with energy-saving messages, but here's an even more important message about saving lives when you're on the road. Well, we move to the bottom of inning number 6, where it'll be Cabrera, Votto, and Rowland against Rodriguez. Place your deposit now for 2011 Red season tickets and secure the best seats at the lowest prices for another exciting season of Reds baseball. With a deposit of just $100, you'll guarantee huge savings, plus exclusive benefits and experiences available only to Red season ticket holders. Lock in opening day, the Yankee Series, and the Weekend Cardinals Series right now. Visit Reds.com/tickets for all the details. Here's Cabrera opening up the bottom of the 6th inning, and he takes high, ball 1. He walked in the first. He reached on an error by Chris Johnson in the 3rd. That's in for a strike. Rodriguez has struck out 8. He's walked 3. He walked the first 2 batters in the game. Then Joey Votto hit into a double play. Stubbs going to 3rd, and he scored on Rowland's infield hit to 3rd base. Here's a rocket into left, and that's a base hit. This big Tuesday night crowd starved for something to get excited about. And Cabrera gives them just that with a line drive single to left, bringing up Joey Votto. Our scoreboard stumper brought to you by Geico. At Geico, you have a choice of ways you can save on your car insurance. Call 1-800-947-AUTO. Go online to geico.com or stop by the Geico office nearest you. 4 players, last name beginning with the letter L, have hit 300 or more career home runs. Who are they? 4 players, last name beginning with the letter L, have hit 300 or more career home runs. Name them. Here's Joey Votto. Swing and a foul ball back, and he was trying to make it a 3-2 ball game. I misspoke a while ago talking about the first home run of the year from Matt Pagnozzi. He is former Cardinal catcher Tom Pagnozzi's nephew. But he's the man who put the Cardinals on the board with his first home run of the season. They trailed by 2 in the 3rd inning against Pittsburgh. Swing and a miss, and Votto a little bit over anxious. He swung at a terrible pitch around the bill of his cap, and he's behind 2 strikes and nothing. Rodriguez so far tonight has owned the Reds, but he's only working with a 1-run lead. He checks Cabrera with a throw over. A Reds win or a Cardinal loss, and the Reds are officially Central Division champions. Votto in a hole, 2 strikes. The left-hander kicks, deals, and it's upstairs, and that time Joey didn't chase it. Cabrera representing the tying run over at first base after a leadoff single to left field. Outfield straight away and deep. The infield straight away and at normal depth. Votto swings and lines a hit into right field. Here's Cabrera stopping at second. So the Reds get them back-to-back here in the 6th inning. Cabrera and Votto, and the batter will be Scott Rowland.
Well, he took a pitch that was not a very good pitch to hit and hit it hard out into right field. Down and in. He kind of golfed it out there.
Right now, a meeting at the mound involving Castro and Rodriguez. Rowland, the infield hit, he knocked in his 84th run of the season in the 1st inning and then led the 4th inning off with a routine fly ball to center. Scott slowly settling in. 268. The batting average with runners in scoring position. He's got one out there right now in Cabrera, and they are standing all over this ballpark. Rodriguez straightens up and deals, and a rocket to deep left, but foul. Hit it way up into the upper reaches of the lower deck, down the left field foul line to Scott Rowland. Rodriguez with an 82-pitch count, pitching into the 6th inning with 2 on and nobody out. Tying run at second, lead run at first. Crowd roaring throughout Great American Ballpark as Rowland waits on the 1-strike pitch. He swings and fouls. It's 0-2. The top of the 7th now in Atlanta. Florida 1, Atlanta nothing. We mentioned the fact Tim Hudson pitching on short rest, as Derek Lowe will do tomorrow night. The Braves are a half game back of San Diego in that close battle in the wild card. Rowland takes high for a ball. Reds got a run in the 1st. Houston scored twice off of Volquez in the 2nd. And it looks like the Reds bullpen is busy. That pitch is taken. The count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Apparently not. They're just walking around, and Logan Andrusic standing up, glove in right hand. Arthur Rhodes walking around. So apparently nothing going on after all in the Reds' pen. Here, Cabrera at second, base hit to left. Votto at first, base hit to right. Rodriguez against Rowland. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The left-hander of the Astros really has slowed his pace down to a crawl here, trying to keep the upper hand in this ball game. Rowland stepped out and now gets back in. A long look down by Wandy Rodriguez. Still looking. Now the motion on the mound. And now the pitch on the way. And it's inside. And the count is 3-2. Well, he had him 0-2. Missed with a breaking ball in on the 2-2 pitch. And now let's see what Dusty Baker does with these guys on base, if anything. Can't imagine he would start the runners. Big pitch coming up right here. Rowland waving that bat out over the plate. Rodriguez sights a sign, the check, the runners hold, and a grounder foul that'll roll over toward the third base dugout. We'll pause for identification on the Reds Radio Network.
Hi, everybody. I'm Tom Brennaman. The Cincinnati Reds play right here on Country 103.9 WRBI, Batesville, Greensburg, Brookville, Versailles.
Wandy Rodriguez in a jam for the first time since the opening inning. That's how good he has been in innings 2, 3, 4, and 5, but has given up back-to-back hits. And now throws again the 3-2 to Roland. And he walked him to load the bases. He was over the plate but low, and they are full of Reds. And the batter will be Johnny Gomes. Brad Arnsberg, the pitching coach, makes his way to the mound. And everybody will get in on the act. Save the second baseman, Jeff Keppinger. He'll stay out there visiting with Joey Votto, but all the rest of the Astros on the infield are crowded around the Houston pitching coach. Great at-bat for Scott Rowland after falling behind 0-2. So Rodriguez has now walked 4. And boy, this is where you really have to make him pay. Arnsberg slowly making his way back to the third base dugout, and it will be Johnny Gomes. And Jim mentioned earlier down in Houston, Gomes hit a 3-run home run off of him. Already with a career high in RBIs with 84. He tonight has bounced to third and struck out swinging. He's got Cabrera third. He's got Votto second. He's got Roland first. The Reds down a run, nobody out, 6th inning. Came into this game, did Gomes 7th in the league with a .340 batting average with runners in scoring position. And here he is. Rodriguez will work out of the stretch. And they're going to get a pitcher up throwing now in the Houston pen. Check swing, and he checked it in time, ball 1. And now they want the first base umpire to render a decision. And they'll get that decision, and he confers and confirms what the plate umpire, Dan Iasagna, said initially. He did not swing. 1 ball and no strikes.
Right-handers Wilton Lopez in the bullpen.
Astros with a righty throwing. 1 ball and no strikes. Johnny Gomes tugging at the bill of that batting helmet. Runners at first, second, and third. He swings and he misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Given the situation, the infield really has no choice but to play back at normal depth. Nobody out. They play at double play depth, which means that at the least you get the tying run in. And you've got Rodriguez on the ropes and possibly could get him out in this inning. The pitch on the way. And that's a strike. And so now he gets ahead of his second straight batter. Was 0-2 on Roland, walked him. He's 1-2 now on Gomes. Brandon Phillips on deck. You simply have to put the ball in play. Gomes windmilling the bat around. Rodriguez pauses and pitches, and he pops him up but out of play. Cardinals threatening in the bottom of the third. 2 on, 1 out against young Brian Burris. Right now nursing a 2-run lead in St. Louis in the third inning. Here it's 2-1 Houston. The Reds with their first major threat of the night. In the 6th inning, 3 on, none out. Here's a Tapper foul. Gomes continuing to make contact as Rodriguez continues to throw strikes. They are standing all over this ballpark. Lower deck, second deck, upper deck, out in the moon deck in right, the double deck bleacher area in left. They want to see Gomes light this Houston left-hander up and get the lead. He pops him up behind the plate. Coming back, hopeful of a play, but in vain is Jason Castro. And the battle continues. A ball and 2 strikes. Wandy Rodriguez against Johnny Gomes. So because of the jam, Rodriguez now in the process of closing in on 100 pitches. Right now sitting on 94. Waiting on Gomes to get back in the box. First, second, and third occupied by Reds. The left-hander with a high hole. He raises the leg, delivers, and another foul ball. This one back and in the seats. So Johnny Gomes on this at-bat providing a lot of souvenirs. Rodriguez, new baseball in hand. The outfield pretty much straight away. Carlos Lee may be shading Gomes a bit toward the alley in left center, which makes the defense in the outfield down the line quite vulnerable. So Gomes waiting now with a bad cock and the pitch. And a rocket to left, foul. Reds have really hit some ball hard to left tonight, but unfortunately foul. The Cardinals have closed to within a run. A Ronnie Cedeno error at shortstop on a Matt Holliday ground ball has allowed the second Cardinal run of the night to score. So St. Louis spotting Pittsburgh a 3 spot in the opening inning and now are coming back. One and 2 the count. The pitch. In the dirt to even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wilton Lopez continues to throw in the Houston bullpen. This will be the 10th pitch that Rodriguez has thrown to Johnny Gomes. A count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-1 Astros, 6th inning. Here's the 10th pitch of the at-bat. And he pops him up. And that will be in play. First baseman Brett Wallace standing in the first base coach's box. And Rodriguez a third of the way home as he pops up Johnny Gomes for out number 1. That'll bring up Brandon Phillips. Has been hit by a pitch. He's also walked. Well, let's see if Phillips can't get something done here. Johnny Gomes had a great at-bat, but at the end of the day, it results in just a routine foul ball pop-up to first base. Phillips, who hit a 2-run home run off the foul pole in right in San Diego Sunday afternoon. His 17th of the year. And he's a key at-bat because Jay Bruce is up next. 1 ball, no strikes. I mean, given the history of Wandy Rodriguez versus Jay Bruce, which has been extended tonight to 2 at-bats that have resulted in strikeouts on each occasion. Momentum would be a swing back to Houston if Rodriguez could retire Phillips without anybody crossing the plate. 1 ball and no strikes on the Reds' second baseman. Pitch on the way. And a foul ball, 1-1. That was a 100th pitch thrown tonight by Rodriguez. Calm, cool, and collected, this left-hander. He tugs at the bill of his cap. Steps on and looks down to Castro to get some information. Phillips windmilling the bat. 1-1 pitch. Check, and it's ball low, 2-1. Orlando Cabrera began the inning. He had a base hit to left. Joey Votto went down and pulled a hit into right. And then Rowland, after getting behind 0-2 initially, ended up with a walk. Gomes ended up popping out foul to first base. Phillips waves at it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I'll tell you what, at least outwardly, Wandy Rodriguez doesn't appear to be bothered by this situation whatsoever.
He's 1 strike away from putting himself in a great position, though.
He really is.
Just talked about.
He's ready with a 2-2 to Phillips. Here it comes, and he chops it foul toward the third base dugout. Reds have been out hit 7-3, but they've only been outscored by a 2-1 margin. And you're never going to get a better opportunity than they have right here in this inning. Phillips pounds a plate with the head of the bat. The defense plays him exactly as they played the man before him, Gomes. The pitch. And he shoots it foul to right. Two balls, 2 strikes. 1-run games have been an absolute killer of late for this Reds club. In fact, they're under 500 on the year. They played 51 one-run ball games. They are 25-26. Houston, on the other hand, is 21-17. Ground ball by the third baseman. Shortstop fielding, throw to second, not in time. Tie ball game. Infield base hit for Brandon Phillips. A ball that just had enough to elude Chris Johnson. Sanchez went to his right to pick and throw to second. But the throw was late to get rolling. Cabrera crosses, infield single, 2-2 ball game, and here's Bruce.
Well, you talk about a game of inches right there. Just eluding Johnson's glove. Just getting into second with the slide. Scott Rowland. New game right here.
And if Jay Bruce is ever going to deliver against Wandy Rodriguez, this is when you got to get it done. First pitch to the left-hand batter is up and in a ball. Dusty made the point about Bruce and about the fact that he wanted to be in the lineup tonight. And I guarantee you, he didn't say it, but Dusty, against his better judgment, knowing that Jay Bruce was 1 for 17 lifetime, agreed to play him and made the point. You're going to see this guy time and time again the next few years. You have to learn how to be more respectable against him at the plate. But he just gives him a variety of breaking balls, and Jay Bruce has been absolutely helpless. He swings and misses at just a pitch like that, and the count's a ball a strike.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, he has not even had a good cut yet tonight against a Rodriguez delivery.
He can make a lot of things right here with whatever it would take to get the go-ahead run in. And he rips one to second. The throw to the shortstop, the throw to first, and that's a double play. So 2 strikeouts and a double play ball. The inning is over, and after loading the bases with nobody out, the Reds only managed to tie it up. Jim Kelch will be back with the play-by-play as we go to the 7th. This game is even at 2.
Only the best will do. Only the best for you. Acra Automotive Group.
For the last few weeks, you've heard me say how hard it is to find the right inventory at the right price. Hi, this is Jeff McIntyre, General Manager, Acre Automotive Group. If you haven't checked us out lately, you owe it to yourself to stop by. We have a great selection of late model, pre-owned vehicles at the right price. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot. There's no circus here, and you sure won't find any clowns. Just an honest, hard-working sales and service staff ready to meet your automotive needs.
Have you tried breakfast at Skyline Chili yet? That's right, I said breakfast. Skyline is serving a traditional family-style breakfast every Saturday and Sunday. Eggs, bacon, sausage, pancakes, and much more. Try one of our combos. It's a great way to fill up before or after the ball game or before or after church. Feeling good and hungry? It's breakfast time at Skyline Chili.
Feeling good and hungry, Skyline time.
The road is full of hot new vehicles, and Goodyear is answering the call with exciting new tires like the new Assurance Fuel Max, the fuel-efficient passenger tire with wet and dry traction, available at Batesville Goodyear Tire and Service. The new Assurance Fuel Max was named one of the best 100 innovations of the year by Popular Science magazine. This new tire can save you 2,600 miles worth of gas over the life of the tires. Now that's impressive.
Hi, this is Marty Brennaman. You got the winning team, the Cincinnati Reds, in Country 103.9 WRBI.
New pitcher on as we head to the seventh inning. Arthur Rhodes out of the bullpen and into the game for Dusty's ball club. Edson Volquez, 6 innings, 2 runs, both earned, 7 hits, a walk, and 8 strikeouts, and a wild pitch. Will not be involved in the decision of this game. It is a quality start for the Reds right-hander. And now Arthur Rhodes, who will appear for the 68th time this year, is into the game. He'll face Castro, the left-handed hitting catcher, first out of the 8th spot. And then Brad Mills has the decision to make as to whether to pinch hit for Wandy Rodriguez or stay with the left-hander.
He's coming out.
He's going to be out. There's a pinch hitter that's hopping out of the dugout and coming into the on-deck area for the Houston Astros. Anderson Hernandez appears to be that player. So here's Castro to start the 7th inning. 2-7-2 for Houston with 5 left. 2-4-0 for the Reds with 5 left. Arthur Rhodes to Castro, ball 1. Now the next one, a ball ripped to third, backhanded nicely by Rowland. Throw across in time, and Castro is retired.
Did you see Scott look at Bud Selig's signature before he threw that ball?
He did. Nicely done, and a ball sharply hit to the backhand side of Scott Rowland, and result a 5-3 putout. So Wandy Rodriguez is now out of the game. Anderson Hernandez will be the pinch hitter. So each starter in tonight's game goes 6 innings. Each allows 2 runs. Each had a pretty good night on the strikeout department. 8 of them for Volquez, 9 of them for Wandy Rodriguez. Anderson Hernandez up there. There's a strike. Strike 1.
6 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 4 runs.
Here's the 0-1 delivery. Misses low a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, the 2 lines of the starters and the number of pitchers are almost identical, as Anderson Hernandez at 1 ball, 1 strike, hitting .225 on the year with 3 RBIs and only .158 against lefties, stands in there. He's a switch hitter, batting from the right side, and he takes ball 2 off the plate, 2-1. Rhodes last worked 4 days ago out in San Diego, allowed 2 runs, a hit in 1/3 of an inning, and suffered the loss in that 4-3 defeat. That was the Friday night game, game 1 out there. Two balls, 2 strikes to Hernandez. Rhodes delivers, and a foul ball. Hernandez stays alive. Wandy Rodriguez, 2 runs, 4 hits, 6 innings, 4 walks, 10 strikeouts, and the hit batter. Volquez, 6 innings, 2 runs, 7 hits, a walk, and 8 strikeouts. Both threw very well. The pitch. Strike 3 called, outside corner. Pinch hitter. Anderson Hernandez disposed of on strikes. 9th strikeout by Reds pitching. And we'll head back to the top of the order and Jason Bourgeois. Bourgeois tonight, nothing out of 3. Came into the day hitting .234. Here's the pitch. He swings and pops it foul out of play. Marty made the point earlier that Bourgeois starting for the 8th straight day in center field due to the absence of the National League's leader in stolen bases, Michael Bourne. Been out 8 in a row now with a right oblique strain, an injury that initially occurred against the Reds down in Houston on this last road trip. At 0-1, a ball low. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 out, nobody on in the 7th of a 2-2 game. Reds have been able to handle Bourgeois when they've seen him this year. Just 1 out of 11 against Reds pitching. He takes this one low. 2 balls and a strike. Pitcher spot due up second in the Reds 7th, so Arthur Rhodes, as always, will go no more than 1 inning. Here's the 2-1. Bourgeois swings and a fly ball to center. Stubbs in, Cabrera out, and the shortstop stays with it. Cabrera makes the grab, and a 1-2-3-7th. That's the first time tonight the Astros have gone in order. Here come the Reds in the bottom of the 7th. Game tied at 2 on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
Time for the 7th inning stretch. Brought to you by Tire Discounters, the home of free alignment. Each tire purchase includes free lifetime balancing, rotation, and nitrogen inflation. And any set of 4 tires includes a free 4-wheel alignment. Tire Discounters.
Take me to the Reds. Let's go to the zoo. I just can't wait to play. This weekend state of mind won't wait till Friday. We can go to Kings Island, the aquarium too. There's so many fun things to do. Let's book a trip today to Cincinnati, USA.
Our Cincinnati Reds are well on their way to the playoffs, and we invite you to come for the Reds and stay for more fun. Free fun on Fountain Square downtown. World-class performing arts and uniquely Cincinnati, USA events, restaurants, and attractions on both sides of our beautiful Ohio River. Book your Grand Slam getaway at CincinnatiUSA.com and get combo deals at your favorite attractions, convenient hotel packages, and special offers. Rediscover your weekend state of mind.
CincinnatiUSA.com.
Go Reds!
In times like these, you want a financial services company that will take your security seriously, very serious. At Western & Southern, our conservative, long-term approach, while not always in style, has made us one of the 10 strongest life insurance groups in the world. Western & Southern, we take your financial security seriously, very seriously. Visit WSLife.com for more information.
The official online shop of the Reds is at Reds.com. Browse the large selection of official gear, including the latest apparel, nostalgic memorabilia, and authentic classics. Get your gear at the official source, the Reds.com shop.
New pitcher on for the Astros is the right-hander Wilton Lopez. He relieves Wandy Rodriguez. He'll bat in the number 9 spot. He'll get Ramon Hernandez to lead it off, then a pinch hitter for Rhodes, and then the top of the order. For Wilton Lopez this year with this Astros team, 65th time out there, 5-2 with a very fine 3.13 ERA. In 63 and a third innings, he's given up 63 hits, walked only 5, struck out 46, so he has remarkable control. And it's Wilton Lopez who will work first to Hernandez. Willie Bloomquist waits on deck as the pinch hitter. Hernandez in a swing and a miss for strike 1. Two-two game in the bottom of the 7th. Reds have been out hit 7-4. Pushed across the tying run on an infield hit by Phillips in the bottom of the 6th. Here's a late swing by Hernandez and a miss. And he's quickly down 2 strikes and nothing. Wilton Lopez made his big league debut last year, appeared in 8 games, and here he is in his 64th out of the bullpen for the Houston club this year. He is ready to work. Hernandez not ready for the pitch. He steps out. Well, neither starter will be involved in the decision of tonight's game. Hernandez hits one in the air down the right field side, slicing foul. Chasing it over there was Brett Wallace. He can't get it. No balls, 2 strikes. Cardinals batting now in the fourth, still trailing at home 3-2 to the Pirates. Well, you hope you don't have to look back. The bottom of the sixth inning when you had the bases loaded and no one out and settle for just one run. You really had Wandy Rodriguez on the ropes to try to knock him out of the game in the sixth. Did tie the game, but didn't have the big inning that everyone had hoped for. Ball low to Hernandez. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nick Massett throwing in the Reds bullpen. He will be the pitcher come the top of the 8th inning. Lopez delivers, and a broken bat, soft ground ball to the right side. Keppinger has it, throws, out at first, 1 out. Leadoff man gone here in the 7th inning. Willie Bloomquist had been in the on-deck area, but now Yonder Alonso emerges. Bloomquist goes back into the dugout. Presumably, if Hernandez had gotten on, Bloomquist may have been asked to bunt the runner along. And that'll be Yonder Alonso. Second inning, when John Fay was in here, it was Alonso's name along with Juan Francisco's names that had been brought up. If Jim Edmonds and if Lance Nix are unavailable for the postseason roster, that these two young men, they have to be the left-handed bats off the bench. Alonso bounces the first pitch he sees toward the second baseman, and he is thrown out by Keppinger. 2 men gone. Batter will be Drew Stubbs. Our friends at Duke Energy have lots of low-cost, no-cost things you can do to make your home more energy efficient, and one of them is, well, as easy as screwing in a light bulb, a GE Energy Star qualified CFL bulb, because it uses about 1/4 of the energy it takes to produce the same amount of light as an incandescent bulb. 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Two ground balls to the right side, handled by Keppinger, and here's Stubbs, shows bunt, pulls back, takes a strike, strike 1. He scored one of the 2 Reds runs when he walked to start the first. Stole second, his 27th of the year. Scored on an infield hit by Rowland. The 0-1. Swing and a ball hit hard down the left field line into the corner. That ball is off the wall. Here goes Stubbs in the second. He's in there standing up. And that's the go-ahead run in scoring position with 2 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Stubbs hooked that ball into the corner, and it looked like it might get out of the ballpark. It hit 3/4 of the way up the wall near the 328 mark. Drew gets his 19th double, and the Reds have a big opportunity again here in the bottom of the 7th. Reds baseball brought to you by your Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky Toyota dealers. Test drive a Tundra now and register for your chance to win the Tundra in center field. Drew Stubbs, who has hit the ball very well in the second half of the season, comes up with the 2-base hit. That is the first extra base hit by the Reds in this game. Their 5th hit overall. Golden opportunity awaits now for Orlando Cabrera. Been on base 3 times, once with a hit. Stubbs leads away out at second with 2 men out. Pitch on the way. Misses outside, ball 1. Not surprisingly, the Astros have a left-hander up in the bullpen, Fernando Abad, with Joey Votto waiting on deck. 1-0, ball high. 2 balls, no strikes to Cabrera. His base hit in the 6th inning started things. He scored on the infield hit by Phillips, and now he has an opportunity to drive in the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 7th. Outfield shifts around, playing him to go toward right. He owns 41 RBIs on the year. The 2-0, swing and a pop-up will end the inning. near second base. Calling for it is Sanchez. Shortstop makes the catch. Cabrera gone, and so are the Reds. And so this one proceeds to inning 8. Marty Brennaman returns with a play-by-play call. The score, we're tied at 2 on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
Listen up, folks. Crazy Harry here to tell you about the best Chevy deals in the tri-state. In fact, the best anything on wheels deals in our huge pre-owned car and truck inventory. Not only do we have new Chevys and Buicks, we have just about everything under the sun. Follow me, Crazy Harry, to TomTP.com, because it's just that simple. Cars and trucks are cheaper in Milan, Indiana at the Tom TP Auto Center. Because it's just that simple. Cars and trucks are cheaper in Milan, Indiana at the Tom TP Auto Center.
Thanks, volunteers. You who coach youth football, soccer, baseball, swimming, the Special Olympics, all who volunteer at church, community, organizations. Volunteers make our life, our community better, a better place to live. Thanks, volunteers, from Bruns Gutzweiler, General Contractors, East Pearl Street in Batesville, Building for the Future. Thank you, volunteers, for making our community a better place to live. Hi, everybody. This is the Cavs. Make your plans to join Mary and me Wednesday from 5 to 10 with the morning show. We'll find out if the Cincinnati Reds clinch the NL Central title. Harry Hartman from St. Joseph's American Legion Post, number 464 St. Leo, will be joining us to talk about this weekend's Oktoberfest. Mary will let us know what's going on with the latest local news from the WRBI News Center. So join us for the morning show on Country 103.9 WRBI.
Hi, this is Tom Brennaman. You've got the winning team, the Cincinnati Reds, and Country 103.9 WRBI. Well, we're in the final week of the regular year, and of course the season caps itself off Sunday with Fan Appreciation Day here. You can win prizes, gift cards, and coupons from great Reds partners, plus show your game ticket from Sunday's game at Walgreens and receive 50% off at all Cincinnati and Dayton stores. Some exclusions apply. That's Sunday afternoon, game number 162, the Reds and the Brewers here at Great American Ballpark. Meanwhile, Nick Massett enters the fray as he faces Keppinger to begin things in the 8th inning of this tie game. And the first pitch on the way, taken low, a ball. Keppinger's line to left. He's walked. He has singled. Arthur Rhodes did what Arthur Rhodes does, and that's get people out, and he did it in 1-2-3 fashion in the 7th. Keppinger's 1-0 coming, and that's a ball, and he's behind 2 balls and no strikes, is Nick Massett. Pence on deck, Carlos Lee waiting in the wings. And a 2-2 game here in the top of the 8th. Needing a strike. He got it. Outer part of the plate, fastball, and the count's 2 balls and 1 strike on Keppinger. He has been a .320 batter here in the month of September. Waiting now on the 2-1 pitch. And this one is in the air and out of play to right field, and the count is even at 2-2. He's had back-to-back 3-hit ball games. Highly doubtful that will happen tonight unless this game would go to extra innings. But leading this thing off in the 8th inning and waiting now on Massett's 2-2 pitch. The right-hander kicks and deals, and he misses inside, and the count is full. Had a tough time Friday night in San Diego, and a game the Reds lost 4-3 after blowing the lead late, and it was Massett who came into the game. Here's a 3-2 pitch, and a ground ball pulled to third. There's a pick by Rowland, and the throw across, 1 big out to begin the 8th. It'll be Hunter Pence, who has singled, struck out, and reached on a fielder's choice. This is truly a big day in the history of this great game of Major League Baseball, because it was on this date, September the 28th, back in 1960, when Ted Williams came to the bat for the final time in what would be an overwhelming Hall of Fame career and hit a home run off Baltimore's Jack Fisher. Here's a pitch, and it's a strike. And in typical Williams fashion, as he crossed home plate with the crowd roaring and most everybody realizing it was to be his last at bat
of an unbelievable Major League career. They wanted him to do something he never did, and that was to tip his hat to the crowd. And in true Ted Williams fashion, he did not do it. Swing and a miss, and Pence behind 0-2. Simply put, the greatest hitter in the history of the game. Massett into the wind and the pitch. Pence strikes out swinging. Got him to chase a bad ball in the dirt. Ball picked out of the dirt by Hernandez, who maintained that he tagged Pence. But the plate umpire was not having any of it, so Ramon completed the strikeout with a throw down to Joey Votto, and they're 2 men out.
This evening's attendance, 30,151.
2 up, 2 down. Carlos Lee, 0 for 3, had a home run taken away by Drew Stubbs, who went above the wall and straightaway center to pick off what would have been a 2-run home run in the third. And now the pitch, and Lee takes the strike. Massett working from the windup, dealing and missing away. 1 ball and 1 strike. 30,151 show up for tonight's Titanic struggle. 30,151. And the ball is down and outside, and Massett behind 2-1. Meanwhile, in St. Louis, it is still a 3-2 ball game in the bottom of the 5th inning. Pirates have the lead. That pitch is in the dirt, and the count's 3 balls and 1 strike. And if he loses Lee, he'll have to deal with Chris Johnson. Lee, obviously a much bigger home run threat, but not nearly the hitter that Johnson is. Now the 3-1 on the way. And Lee swings and sends a fly ball to right. Chasing after it, Jay Bruce. He'll get it. Inning over. Good play. Running grab by Bruce, moving toward the foul line and right. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. It is a 2-2 lockup on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
When it comes to the home field advantage, insurance is no different than baseball.
Hot dogs.
You want a company who knows your business and who supports your community. Ohio Casualty works with local independent agents to provide business insurance and is backed by Liberty Mutual Group. Local expertise coupled with a Fortune 100 company gives us the power to hit a home run every time. Talk to your agent today about Ohio Casualty.
Contact C.K. Ash & Associates Insurance Agency at 859-384-5200. Policies underwritten by the member companies of Ohio Casualty.
When did it become okay to make products designed to be used once and then thrown away? When did everybody come to accept the idea that 1,000 disposable products were just as good as a single one built to last? When did quantity replace quality? At Jeep, we believe that every new Grand Cherokee that rolls off our line should last. And so we made it that way. From the hand-stitched leather on the steering wheel to the 5,400 welds in the body, every part of this car has been designed, engineered, and built to last. There are people that will think we've done more than we needed to. Some might be okay with a vehicle that's just okay. Some people might not have known if we hadn't done everything we did, but we would have known. Right now, we're building the new Jeep Grand Cherokee, and we're building it to last. That's what we believe at Jeep. The things we make us. Jeep is a registered trademark of Chrysler Group, LLC.
This is the Segman and Bobby Schmidt for the 700 WLW KOI Auto Parts Racing Report crew, telling you that when you're looking for performance auto parts like AC Delco Automotive Parts, you have to head down to your nearest KOI Auto Parts store.
KOI Auto Parts, the official auto parts store of the Cincinnati Reds.
And with over 300,000 parts like AC Delco Automotive Parts, they always have the part you need. And with so many locations, there's a KOI Auto Parts store near you. And don't forget, when you get there, tell them Seg sent you. KOI Auto Parts, quite simply, the best.
Hold your special event this holiday season at Great American Ballpark and let the Cincinnati Reds help create Major League memories that will last a lifetime. These private areas offer spectacular views of the Ohio River and ballpark that are sure to make your event an unforgettable experience. Call the Reds Special Events Department at 513-765-7065.
This new pitcher, the left-hander, Fernando Abad, comes on to try to get Joey Votto. Abad, 18 games, a 3.31 ERA. Spent most of the year in the minor leagues, came up in the middle of August. And he probably has just one job to do here, and that's handle Votto.
Now Joey has bounced into a double play, has struck out, and then lined a base hit to right in the 6th inning. 1 for 3, batting .326, 37 home runs, and 111 runs batted in. And here's Abad going to work on a young man who may end up being the MVP of this league. The first pitch of the 8th, and a swing and a miss, and he was slow to get around on it, even though it came in at 79 miles an hour. No balls in 1 strike. It'll be Rowland. It'll be Gomes. Reds got a run in the first. Houston scored twice in the second, and Cincinnati tied it. That pitch inside, a ball on a bases-loaded infield single by Brandon Phillips in the 6th inning. And now here we are in the bottom of the 8th. And it's a 2-2 ball game. A Reds win. They wrap up the National League Central. The wind, the 1-1 pitch. That's off the plate, ball 2. After 5, Pirates 3, Cardinals 2 in St. Louis. Votto back and waiting. Abad checks things out with Jason Castro. Works from the windup. Votto checking on a breaking ball. The count's 3-1. Gets back in the box. Abad a look in. Votto hitting against a deep and straightaway Houston outfield. And here's the 3-1 delivery. And a check swing foul. A pitch in on him. And Joey made accidental contact. Abad gets a break, and the count is full.
They have Matt Lindstrom throwing in the bullpen to probably come in right after this and face Rowland.
Yeah, they bring Lindstrom in. And then Brandon Lyon is their closer, even though Lindstrom has more saves than does Lyon. 3 balls, 2 strikes. A big pitch here. And Votto strikes out swinging. And boy, he fooled him badly with an off-speed pitch at 76 miles an hour. So now Brad Mills out of the dugout. That's exactly as Jim said. Abad was out there for one purpose, and that was to retire Joey Votto, and that he did. They'll bring the hard-throwing Lindstrom in with 1 out to face Rowland and Gomes. We'll see how this 8th inning for the Reds plays out when we return to Great American Ballpark in a moment.
At Grange, we know if you're submitting a claim from an auto accident or damage to your home, things are tough enough. That's why our claims department takes pride in being at their very best when times are tough. They snap into action when you need them most, earning a 96% satisfaction rate among policyholders who submitted a claim. For more about Grange, or to find a Grange independent agent near you, visit GrangeInsurance.com.
Products not available in all states.
Hold your special event this holiday season at Great American Ballpark and let the Cincinnati Reds help create major league memories that will last a lifetime. Whether it's a gathering for 50 or 750, these private areas offer spectacular views of the Ohio River and Ballpark that are sure to make your event an unforgettable experience. The Reds also offer many catering, parking, and audio-visual options. Call the Reds Special Events Department today at 513-765-7065.
How do you order a 3-course meal at Gold Star Chili? Just say, Coney, Coney, Coney. Ask for combo number 3.
Gold Star Chili. This is...
Here's Matt Lindstrom becoming the second pitcher of the inning, 4th of the game for the Astros, 2-5 with a 4.53 ERA. As Marty alluded to, he was their closer early on this season. He's had a terrible second half of the year and been taken over in that closer spot by Brandon Lyon, but he's in there now to face Scott Rowland.
That he is, and Rowland, of course, an infield single back in the first inning that drove in the opening run of the game. He is 1 for 2 with the base on balls. So they got what they wanted out of Abad, who struck out Joey Votto. And now here's the first pitch to Roland, and it misses up and in a ball. We'd certainly be remiss if we didn't extend happy birthday wishes to the Senior Vice President of Business Operations, the very lovely and effervescent Karen Forgus. A big, big day. Here's a line drive in the right center, and that's a base hit. So rolling on with a one-out single, and there's the go-ahead run and the potential winning run if the Reds can get him around. Joey Votto strikes out to begin the inning, but Roland singles, and now it'll be Johnny Gomes' turn. So happy birthday to Karen Forgus. Some of us refer to her at times as Cheryl. That is a term of abject endearment. Johnny Gomes is grounded to third. He has struck out, had a big opportunity in the sixth inning. Bases loaded, nobody out. And on a 10-pitch at-bat, he ended up popping out foul to first base. Here he is now with Roland on. And the pitch, a breaking ball down, ball one. Matt Lindstrom greeted by a Scott Rowland single. Infield at double play depth, the outfield straight up. Lindstrom stretches and pitches, and that's a strike on the outside edge. Save big on prescriptions at your Kroger pharmacy. Kroger offers hundreds of generic prescriptions priced at $4 for a 30-day supply or $10 for a 90-day supply. Hurry in to see if your prescriptions are included and get more value for the way you live at Kroger. That's a strike. So Gomes took the first pitch for ball one and has taken back-to-back strikes. Lindstrom gets ahead. Roland, no threat to run. He's taking a short lead over at first base. The right-hander winging it toward the plate. And a high pop-up. Shallow left field. Coming is Lee. Going out as a shortstop. And Sanchez is there to make the catch. And there are two men out on the inning. Here's Brandon Phillips. We got that question earlier tonight. 4 players, last name beginning with the letter L, 300 or more career home runs. Who are they? Our scoreboard stumper brought to you by Geico. The answer, Fred Lynn, 306, Greg Lucinski, 307, Derek Lee, 311, and Carlos Lee with 330. And now Phillips, whose infield single tied the game, shows bunt and bunts it. And it's picked up by the pitcher, and the throw on to first ends the inning. And I truly believe he made accidental contact on that ball. We see him so many times show bunt on the first pitch, and I really believe the ball ran in on him, hit his bat, and bounced into fair ground, and the pitcher ends up throwing him out. So we go to the 9th inning. The game is still tied. Reds and the Astros at 2-2.
I'm Doug Bessler.
I'm Doug Bessler.
Hold on now. I'm the real Doug Bessler, and if you want the real deal, head to Bessler's Trackside Auto Depot on Park Avenue in Batesville. At Bessler's, we have real low prices on really nice cars, and I really want to earn your business. Stop in and see Chris or myself to get the real deal at the real dealership. You'll really be glad you did. Make tracks to Bessler's Trackside Auto Depot next to Liberty Park in Batesville.
You never know when Mother Nature is going to throw a curveball. When that happens, you need to be prepared. Bischoff Plumbing Services is committed to doing just that. They can install the most up-to-date, efficient backup system that will ensure a dry basement, house, barn, or any building that needs to stay dry. Bischoff Plumbing will also repair a damaged drain or any plumbing problem you might have. Call Bischoff Plumbing Services at 934-2876.
I love this season. What season is that, Chris? The reading season. And the bookshelf ladies are here to help. That's right. We're keeping the bargain boxes full and the grab bags ready to go. We even have a bargain box filled with kids' books, 10 cents to $1. And there are new books coming in every day by your favorite authors. Danielle Steele, Harlan Coben, and Lee Child. Robert Parker, P.C. Cast, Charlene Harris. Laurel K. Hamilton, Glenn Beck, and Janet Ivanovich. Dave Barry, Jay Ward, Nora Roberts. Come in and talk to us. We'll put you in touch with your favorite author. That's The Bookshelf, 101 North Walnut Street in Batesville.
Hi, this is Marty Brennaman. You got the winning team, the Cincinnati Reds, the Country 103.9 WRBI. Well, we're in the top of the ninth. This game is far from being decided as Aroldis Chapman lights his crowd up by coming out of the bullpen in deep left center field. He'll be facing Chris Johnson, Brett Wallace, and Angel Sanchez in this Houston ninth inning. Nick Massett, a 1-2-3-8 with a strikeout. And now Chapman enters the ball game and makes his 13th appearance, a record of 1-2 with a .261 earned run average. Jim Kelch has left us to go downstairs and prepare for what we hope will be a celebratory Reds clubhouse, and that it will be if they win this game and wrap up the Central Division. Jim will be down in the clubhouse getting interviews from many of the important people that have brought the Reds to this point in time in the season. First things first, however, Chapman going to work on Chris Johnson, who has singled and struck out twice. Chapman's first pitch of the ninth inning is taken low, ball one. He starts out at 98 miles an hour. Polk has 6 innings. Rhodes 1, Massett 1. The bullpen has been good tonight. It has continued to be that way. The 1-0 pitch is fouled off, and the count on a 99-mile-an-hour pitch goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Without a doubt, this ballpark tonight has had a playoff atmosphere. This crowd has been electric from the beginning when the Reds took the field to a standing ovation, and it has not let up a bit. That pitch is way high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Every time this kid turns it loose, flash bulbs go off all over, or flashes go off all over the ballpark. And it's not that way just here. It's everywhere this club has played when he's come into a ball game. Swung on in line, foul to right, 2-2. Kind of interesting. He's thrown 4 pitches, and he has not yet hit 100 miles an hour. But everything has been between 95 and 100. Wallace, who has had just an outstanding rookie year, tied for first among all rookies in batting going into this game tonight. There's a swing and a miss. 84 miles an hour, and Chris Johnson, a strikeout victim to begin the ninth inning. Jason Michaels will come off the Houston bench and pinch hit for Brett Wallace. That's the 11th strikeout recorded tonight, by the way, for Cincinnati pitching. Edinson Volk has punched out 8, Rhodes, Massett, and now Chapman 1 each. And here's Michaels, right-handed batter, and comes to the plate with a .251 batting average. Played for a number of ball clubs, the Indians, the Phillies. Outfielder by trade, and the first pitch is high, a ball. He is 11 for 51 on the year. 2 of his home runs have been pinch hit home runs. And he takes the breaking ball in. He gets ahead 2 balls and no strikes. So after punching out Johnson on a 2-2 pitch, he's fallen behind 2 balls and no strikes on Michaels, needing a strike here. And he got it. And has still not yet hit triple figures on the gun. 2-1. Sanchez will bat after Michaels. That one is line foul. The count's 2-2. If you're wondering about the Reds' ninth inning, it'll be the bottom third. Jay Bruce, Ramon Hernandez, and certainly a pinch hitter for the pitcher. We saw Lindstrom come on. to finish off the 8th inning after Abad struck out Votto. 2-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss, and that's a strikeout. So 2 batters, 2 punch outs. And going to work on Sanchez, who is 1 for 3 and has scored a run. Fans, if you're in the restaurant industry, let JTM help you with great tasting products for your menu. Inspired solutions, better results. JTM. Pitch. Sanchez takes a strike. He hits 100. And the crowd reacts accordingly. Everything had been 97, 98 as far as the fastball is concerned. And he finally hits triple figures on pitch number 1 to the taking Houston shortstop. The left-hander bringing it and missing up and away a ball, and that's 101. So he's getting warmed up now. And harder is not always better. He certainly did a job on the 2 previous hitters without reaching 100 miles an hour. Sanchez grounds to shortstop. Here's the throw by Cabrera, and we go to the bottom of the 9th. Chapman up and down in order. Middle of the 9th, 2-2 on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
All right, guys, gather around. Tonight, it's going to be you against you. And who you going to be, huh? You going to be that guy who missed it? No, that guy will never buy a round of Budweisers for the whole bar. We love that guy. We do. Boys, you got to crack open some ice-cold buds and pass the love around. Because missing the greatest night of your life is just too much regret for any one man to carry. Great times are waiting. Grab some Bud!
Please drink responsibly. Budweiser Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
When the bases are loaded, it's time to knock one out of the park. Striking out just isn't an option. One thing you really don't want to strike out on is health insurance. If you're self-employed, between jobs, or a recent college grad, you need Super Med One. It gives you access to expert medical care, health and wellness programs, and rates you can't pass up. Super Med One from Medical Mutual. Good decision. Medical Mutual. Well within reach. MedMutual.com.
It takes a lot to be a champion. It takes a team of professional people you can count on and trust, like Champion Window and Patio Room and their entire lineup of home improvement products, energy-efficient windows, entry doors, maintenance-free vinyl siding, and patio rooms. All Champion windows feature their revolutionary Comfort 365 glass. Champion, the official window company and patio room company of the Cincinnati Reds, serving the entire Reds nation. Call 1-888-365-GLASS today.
Seg here for R&L Carriers. R&L Carriers delivers a complete shipping solution of LTL, domestic, international, truckload, and expedited services. Visit them online at GoRLC.com and learn how they can deliver all your shipping needs. R&L Carriers, shipping anything, anywhere, anytime.
Part of its extra effort program, Ohio Casualty Insurance members of the Liberty Mutual Group will make a donation to the Cincinnati chapter of the American Red Cross each time the Reds hit a double or a triple. It's the extra effort program from Ohio Casualty Insurance and their independent agents. Left-hander Tim Burdick comes on to face Jay Bruce. Maybe the only man he faces here, much as was the case with Fernando Abad, who faced Votto leading off the 8th inning. It will now be the left-hander Burdick facing the left-handed batting Bruce to start the 9th. Jason Michaels, who pinch hit, remains in the game to play left field. And Carlos Lee moves to first base. So here's Burdick and here's Bruce. And a high fly ball, center field. He hit it a ton. It's gone. And the 2010 Central Division Championship belongs to the Cincinnati Reds. Jay Bruce explodes the first pitch into the grass and straightaway center field. He is being mobbed by his teammates. They met him at home plate. They ran him up the first base foul line. They're approaching the mound. The bullpenners are coming out, and everybody's getting in on the celebration at the mound as the crowd roars here at Great American Ballpark. The first pitch, he rockets onto the lawn in straightaway center field. His 22nd home run of the season, and this one belongs to the Reds. What a scene down on the field.
The players, it all belongs to them out beyond the mound. The coaching staff, the manager, they come in very, very slowly. Jay Bruce, the happiest young man in this ballpark. He had a rough night until he got what he wanted and hit it out of here to center field. A home run that wins the game and wraps up the National League Central Division Championship. Final score, Reds 3, Houston 2. We'll be back in a moment.